Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Can you guys hear me? What's up, guys? We got Sven 3D here on Twitch, and we got a bunch of people over here on YouTube. We got Herms, I Am Ray, Calamancito, Girl, and Matt Crafter Studio. What's up, my friends? Thank you, Pencilo. Thank you, thank you. All good, guys. All good. Really happy to be here. Really excited for today. And yeah, it's our celebration, right? 2 years. Can you believe that? There we go. We got Casey as well. CyberFox Gaming. Hank L here on YouTube. Anthony, Peacock Official. Vinny Alex. Good morning. Buenos días a todos. Guten Tag. Guten Abend if you're late in the afternoon, right? Let's see. Oh, awesome, awesome, yeah. Oh, that's great, guys. Yeah, today we're going to be taking a look at the competition stuff as well. We got a packed day, a very, very packed day. Let me just check the music, make sure that we're all ready to go over here. I think we are. Bom dia, pros Brasil. Yeah, I'm going to have to learn Portuguese. Ciao for those in Italy. Alice in Blenderland. That's an amazing name, by the way. Alice in Blenderland. That's nice. Waruta, what's up, my friend? Hesh. Is that Hesh? Yes, if you're in Sweden, Hesh. Nice, nice. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Okay, we're just gonna start in just a little bit. Okay, I just need to finish a couple of little things here that I wanna show you, and that's pretty much gonna be it. 1 second here. Solid Mango, what's up, my friend? Okeke Ushe, good evening from Nigeria. Good evening, my friend. Good evening. There we go. Saludos desde Perú, José Luis Castro. Saludos, mi estimado. Saludos. Welcome to Lunch Show. Best of luck. That 1-3D artist as well over here. All good, man. All good. Really, really happy to be honest. This, you know what? I'm gonna share something with you guys, but I'm gonna wait a little bit. But this was a great week. It was really a really good week, to be honest. Except for the fact that I got a freaking pimple on my mouth and it hurts like hell. But other than that, it's been an amazing, amazing week. It's been raining, so it's been fresh. So yeah, it's been good. Thom, thanks for the sub, man. Thank you. Oh man, Anthony, that sucks, dude. That sucks. There you go. Actually, Thumb97 just subscribed for 12 months. So 12 months streak. That's awesome, man. Yeah, you also have an anniversary today then. A pimple. Pimple, you know, those little white head thingies that you get when one of your pores gets contaminated on your face. So I got one pimple right under my lower lip. And it hurts horribly. I can't even open my mouth like wide enough because it literally hurts. Yeah, pimple. I'm pretty sure they're called pimples, right? Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure they refer to those as pimples. Or a whitehead. Good evening from Taiwan, Hank! There you go, Taiwan. This is Heil Joe. I'm always thank you for your hard work, especially every monthly portfolio review. Thank you, Abe. Happy anniversary. Thank you, CG Artist Joe. Thank you, thank you. Thank you very much. What are we doing today? That's a great question, Aaron. We're going to go over all of the submissions from the Caer Aurelia contest, okay? We have, I believe we have like 160 submissions, and today we're going to be doing that. No, it's not a Fuego, Soy Lotus, because Fuego is, I think in English they call it like cankle or something like that, or crankle. Oh no, it's a different thing. No, this is on the skin, not the inside of the mouth. On the skin. Let's see. Dan Watering, yes, a really good trick I learned was to take a Q-tip, some isopropyl alcohol, and clean it. You could even take a small piece of toilet paper or paper towel and soak it in the bath for a second. Oh, that I'm definitely gonna try that. I'm definitely gonna try that. Yeah, yeah, Goody, 160 submissions. I think 160 or 158, something like that. Definitely more than last time. Yeah, canker sword, that's a fuego, or in Spanish we call it a fuego, which is the translation would be fire, but it's a canker sword. Yeah, a sit. There you go. Yeah, a sit. A sit is more appropriate, I think, Matt Crafter. Yeah, it's gonna be similar to a portfolio review. That's right. That's right. Similar to a portfolio review. Let's see. We're just waiting for David. Where is David? Because we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for David. Oh, the course? I'll tell you something about the course in just a second. I'll tell you something about that. Let's see. There you go. There is David. I was about to send him a message, but there he is. We got David on the house. There you go. There you go. David is with the ladies, says Casey. Oh, no, no. He's here with us now. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much it. JC Abonalia as well. What's up, my friend? Hello. This to the other side. I've been debating whether to get a third screen here for the setup. I have like the chat on one and then all of the OBS setup on another. But I had 3 screens back in the day and it was too much. 2 screens to me feel like the right balance. With WW, the one and only David Sorn. Is anyone here from the US or from anywhere, right? But is anyone a fan of the WWE? Did you guys see Mr. Iwana a couple of weeks ago? I'm not a huge like fighting fan or anything or wrestling fan, but I love that guy. I didn't even know he existed, and it's so cool. It was so cool to see his performance. Freaking Mr. Iwana, dude. You guys haven't seen it, go check that fight. It's so fun. Juan Esteban says, hola, Abe, saludos desde Medellín, Colombia. Saludos a todos. Saludos, Juan Esteban. Saludos. His name is Mr. Iwana. He's a dude, it's a Mexican dude, and he dresses up like completely in green and black. But the fun thing is he has a plushie called La Yesca, which is an iguana plushie, you know, the stuffed animal, and he actually like incorporates that into the whole thing. Because recently the WWE bought the AAA, which is like the big franchise here in Mexico for fighting or for wrestling things, and they're gonna be doing like collaborations and things. So yeah, that was a that was a very fun thing to wake up to a couple of weeks ago. TikTok was filled with memes from that guy. There we go, guys. Are you ready? Let's go, guys. It's our 2nd anniversary. Welcome to our special stream. Welcome to this. I don't know how many streams we've done so far. I think we're like at least 100 streams throughout these years. So today we're celebrating our 2nd year of content here on the channel. Officially, we have our anniversary on June 23. I think that was the first day we uploaded the first video or the first short on the channel back in 2023 when I started this new project. And yeah, it's reversing your screen. There you go. Sorry, my bad. Mirror. Oh, we go. Now that's the way to go. So yeah, 2 years, guys. That's over 700 days. We have over 300 or 400 videos, same amount of shorts, if not more, live streams, portfolio reviews. It's our 3rd contest. We're celebrating our 3rd contest. So yeah, no, we're gonna flip it to 5 later on, right? Eventually we'll get here, guys. We'll get here. Not too long. Like we're not that far away from the 5-year anniversary. But thank you, guys. Thank you. I see amazing people right here. We got Franny, Felipe, Casey, people who have been with us since the very beginning, and people who've joined recently. I'm extremely thankful, guys. It's been one of the most scary decisions, as I shared last time. It was one of the scary decisions back when I decided to make this jump, but it's been also one of the most rewarding ones. It has allowed me to meet and learn from so many different people. I think yesterday I was talking with a student. He is from South Korea, but I think he's studying in the US, and he told me that all of his class is like a fan of the channel, and they all like the videos and they like the way I teach, and that feels so good. Not because of the validation or anything, but just because knowing that what we do here as a community, not just me, but as a community, is helping others who are starting their journey or who are in their journey. I feel like that's the main reason to do art, and one of the main reasons to share what we do, right? Like, art is meant to be shared, art is meant to be used to improve and to help others. So I think we're just fulfilling art's goal. So thank you, my friends. Thank you everyone for being part of this. And because I am very, very thankful, and I'm very happy with what we're celebrating today, we're gonna have some special announcements, okay? So first, a special announcement. This is a given. We wanted to do it because it's a special day, it's a special occasion. We're gonna be doing giveaways, okay? So you guys know the drill. Let me show you real quick for those of you that are new to the channel. But if you go, let's go here, mainstream. There you go. So if you go to our Discord channel and you go here to the, where is it? It's events, right? Here, in events, yeah. So here on events, David is about to set up the giveaway bot. It's this little bot that you see right here, and it's gonna have this little guy right here, like a little party popper thingy. Okay, so once this thing is set up, just click on it, and today we're gonna be giving away, of course, courses. We have 10 courses, well, actually 9, because one of it is free. You can always pick the portfolio presentation workshop for free, but from all of the 9 other courses, you can pick any course that you want. You can pick the Marmoset course, which is our newest one. You can pick the anatomy course, which is a fan favorite as well. Of course, Cyber Stylist character, our best seller, the Oni. So we're gonna be having that here on the events channel. We're gonna be doing 5 giveaways today, so stay tuned. If you didn't get the first one, that's fine. There we go. The first one is right there. So just go here to the events channel on the Discord, and you can click on this party popper. If you're not on the Discord, don't worry, we're gonna share the link in just a second, and this one will go out in 30 minutes, okay? So in the first 30 minutes, we're gonna have the next one. Dara Norred, thanks for the resub, my friend. Thank you for the support. So yeah, that's the first one. I saw you change the thumbnail of the Marmoset course. Yes, we did. We actually got some feedback, and people were saying that the dragon was a little bit cooler, so we just changed it to the dragon. There's it follows our motto, right? Always learning, always improving. So if something doesn't work, we're happy to change it and make sure that it looks as nice as we can. So yeah, we changed it, but the goblin is still there, right? Like, the goblin is chapter 4, if I'm not mistaken, or chapter 5, where we do a full character process. I show you things on how to paint transparency, how to paint soft surface scattering, how to paint skin details, cloth. Like, it's still like a lot of very cool information there. But the thumbnail is now going to be the dragon there on our Marmoset course. Let's see. Soy Lotus. Eres la Riata Abraham. Felicidades por hasta donde has llegado. Gracias, mi estimado. Gracias. Thank you. Yeah, actually, someone the other day mentioned, and let's see if you guys are in chat, the guy that mentioned this. Someone, I think it was from India, mentioned that a ZBrush teacher said that he knew me. And I was a little bit confused because I don't personally, like, in person, know a lot of Indian ZBrush artists. I know a lot of them through my socials and stuff like that. But I think I remember. So if you're here in the chat, can you repeat the name of the teacher that you like had a class or like a lecture from? Because I'm pretty sure I know who he is now. And if he is, I'll tell a nice anecdote about that one. Let's see. Picked up any games this summer sale? I actually did. What's the word? I got myself a little sort of like advanced gift. And I know I said I was not gonna do this, but I actually got myself a Switch 2 early. So I got the Switch 2 a couple of days ago, and I've been playing Mario Kart World with my kids. So it's been fun. It's been very fun, and I'm enjoying the console quite a bit. It's still missing a lot of games, but I did get the Switch. Okay, so that's the first big announcement. Okay, we have the giveaways. They're already on, so make sure. Oh my God, we already have 100 entries there on the Discord channel. There we go. So yeah. Now, second announcement, and this is very important, guys. This is very important. It's another sort of like big giveaway that we want to give to you guys, back to the community. So, for the duration of this live stream, and it's probably going to be a little bit of a long live stream, maybe 3 or 4 hours, because we have over 150 submissions for the Caera Aurelia contest. For the duration of this live stream, if you go to the site and you get one course, any course, you can get another course for free of the same value or lower. So let's say you want to learn ZBrush and you have nothing to start with, and you want to get, I don't know, the anatomy and the ZBrush course. You get the anatomy course, and after the live stream, of course, because right now I'm gonna be busy, I'm gonna automatically enroll you to the ZBrush course, which is on the lower price. So if you get a course, it's like buy one get one for free. It's the promotion that we're gonna have only during this live stream. Okay, so if you get one course, you can get for free any other course of the same value of the course that you got or lower values. Okay, now how are we gonna do this? Very easy. You either email me through the email support on the website with a copy of the invoice of the course that you bought and the course that you would like to be enrolled in, or you can send me a DM on Discord as well, again, with a copy of your invoice and the course that you would like to be enrolled in. Only during the duration of this live stream. It's going to be one of those like special opportunities, so only through this live stream, you can go to the site, get one of the courses, and get another course for free. Again, same price or lower. Don't, because I know we're going to get some confusion. Someone's going to buy like one of the cheap courses, like the Blender course. I don't know, I think that one's like at $35, and you're going to ask for the anatomy course. It's the other way around, okay? It's same price or lower, okay? Hopefully that's clear. So you guys can go, of course, to the site, and again, thank you a lot for your support. It's thanks to you that we can continue to do this. So yeah, let's go to the next one. No, don't worry, Calamancito. If you cannot buy a course, just enter. We're gonna have 5 giveaways today, 5. So you have 5 opportunities to win a free course, okay? And yeah, that's I think that's pretty much it for the news. And now what are we going to do? I was going to mention something else. I'm blanking out. Oh, I'm very happy to announce that the new course is going to be releasing very soon as well. I might give a couple of spoilers or sneak peeks in the next couple of weeks, so stay tuned. We're going to wait until the event, the Caer Aurelia event, ends so that we can announce it properly. But one thing that I can tell you, and I can tell you right now, is that it's going to be a very complete course. People have been asking about a course that covers more of the steps for the creation of something, so we are going to be doing that, okay? No, it's not the environment course. For the environment course, I actually have something planned, but I'm gonna announce that a little bit later. So yeah, it's fun. It's a fun course. It's a very fun course. I think you guys are gonna really like it. But let's jump straight into the evaluation, because as I've mentioned before, we have over 150 submissions. And, well, it's now time that we take a look. So, this is it, guys. These are the event submissions for the Caer Aurelia contest. I want to thank, again, all of our sponsors. So, I want to thank Huyon. I want to thank Marmoset. I want to thank Topogon. Also, 3DSK. And I think that's it. I don't think I'm missing anyone. Am I missing anyone? 3DSK, Topogon, Huyon, Marmoset. Pretty sure that's it. I'm pretty sure that's it. But if I'm missing one, I'll mention it in just a little bit more. Am I planning to make an animal anatomy course? No, I'm not planning, but now that you gave me the idea, that's not a bad idea at all. That might be interesting. No, so the next couple of courses that are on the horizon after the one that we're going to be releasing, and we've mentioned this ones before, it's the environment course. That's going to be, what's the word? That's on like, I want to do that this year. Some sort of like environment. The female anatomy course is another one that people have been asking for, and there was another one. Someone mentioned last time, like a prop hard surface course would be interesting. So those are like some of the next ones that we might. Creature, yeah, that's right, David. Creature is another one that we definitely need to include. Let's see. Have you played Clair Score? Yes, I'm going through it. I'm going very slow through it, but I'm enjoying it. Let's see. Can we please start with mine, sir? I have to go to the mosque and I don't want to miss mine if possible. Please. Solid mango. Oh man, no, I'm not gonna be able to do that, man, because it's gonna be a little bit difficult to find yours. And then I don't know the order that we're going to be following, so I'm just going to go through all of these ones right here. I'm going to go in order, okay? Because otherwise it's going to get a little bit complicated. Okay, let's go. So I'm not going to be able to read the story right now, but don't worry. We will read the story once we go into the evaluation process, which I'm going to be sharing a little bit more information next week. Keep your eyes open, guys, because on Monday, we're also going to be opening the community sort of like a process for everyone to be able to vote for their favorite pieces, okay? So we're going to do it very similar to last time. There's going to be a post with all of the images and the name of the person, and you guys can just like any of the submissions that you want, okay? Shouldn't it be the other end? That's the last one sent. No, I'm going to start from top to bottom just to make it easier for me to go through this. Let's see. Okay, so this one, the Mole People by Wraith. This is very creepy, but it's very cool. You did a good job here, man. I like the fact that we have this interesting illumination. It looks like we're actually going into the mines or into the caves. He looks like a grave digger because of this thing right here on the back. And I'm happy that you were able to do the whole texturing process. That's nice. Like, you did use UVs and everything, so that's pretty cool. Your forms are nice. Do you guys want me to do a critique, like give you feedback on the element, or should we just look at the elements? Because I didn't clarify what kind of like feedback I was gonna be giving. Yes, a little bit of critique, like things that I would improve, things that I would change or modify. I had like 150 submissions, man, or 160, something like that. Do you recommend getting the Marmoset or the Substance course, Cheeto Jules? Oh, that's an excellent question. Marmoset is an amazing software for presentation, for bakes, and it has some really, really strong texturing things as well. Substance, it's also very, very strong because it's one of the industry standards for texturing. So if you use the like promo right now, you can get, I think both of them are priced very similarly, so just get the one that's a little bit higher, or the highest one, and you can get the other one. For free. That's an excellent combo. Like Substance and Marmoset together, they work out so nicely. So I strongly recommend that one. Okay, so you guys want a little bit of feedback? That's great. So in this one, I would just try to post it a little bit more, man. I think just a little bit of a post, because right now he looks a little bit stiff, right? With the arms forward might be the way to go, because that's going to give you just a little bit more gesture and something that looks more interesting. Be very careful with the wrinkles. Wrinkles are one of those things that if we don't do them properly, they can look very soft and very boring, I would say. So right now, and this is very important, let me go to Krita to do a little bit of a paint over here. Abe, is it necessary to learn Nuke 3D Studio Max After Effects for character artists, and in which softwares there is? No. For character artists, 3D Studio Max you can replace with Blender, or you can replace with Maya. You don't really need Nuke. You don't really need After Effects. If you want to learn a little bit of compositing, then sure, it's a good idea, but not necessary. Okay, so wrinkles, guys. Wrinkles are very important because whenever we have an object that is applying some pressure to another object, like on this thing right here, wrinkles are gonna irradiate from that point right there. So yes, we can still have some wrinkles on this area right here. That's fine, but we need to sort of like exaggerate or make it seem like there is pressure being applied by this thing right there. So it's important that we follow that. And again, it's usually it's usually like a sun with rays like going out in different directions. That's what we normally see with cloth. And you're also always going to find those in areas where the cloth is resting. So for instance, from the shoulders, you're going to see some of those long effects. And then on the elbows, you're going to see a different kind of wrinkle, which is a little bit more like a C, or like a set, or like a C, or sometimes like a Y, which we call compression folds. Okay, so I would expect to see here a little bit more of those compression folds instead of this folds that we have right now. So folds have their own anatomy. It's important to learn a little bit of that, and a great way to like see how cloth behaves is of course with Marvelous Designer. So that's a great thing that you can do to learn how this works. Use Marvelous Designer to create your vase, and then go into ZBrush and clean up your stuff. That will be my only advice in terms of the sculpt here for your character. Texturing can also be improved just a little bit. I feel like the skin might be a little bit too glossy, and in general there's a little bit too noise going around on the texture, but I really like this character. I will be reading his story later on. It seems to be part of the Mole People found deep within the forests of Cara Aurelia. That's awesome. So great job, Wreath. Great job. Let's go to the next one. This is by Jane Joler, the Gold Gatherer. Okay, Jane Joler. So let's take a look at the beauty render right here. Awesome. Okay, so this is something that I want to mention because I know people are going to be wondering about the different levels that we're going to be seeing throughout this submission. I want to give a huge congratulations to our friend here. Let me see if I can see the name. I don't want to get Nitro. There we go. Siki. So Siki, I want to give you a huge shout out because trying something where you're on the learning stages, I can see that you are still a beginner on the 3D world, and that's perfectly fine. We were all beginners at one point. So participating in this contest is already placing you or putting you in a step further ahead than all of your classmates or all of your peers that are not willing to take the risk and take this leap of faith. So you guys need to understand that the more you do this kind of stuff, the more you do this contest, the more you do this kind of elements, the more you're gonna learn as an artist, the more you're gonna get exposed to the world. So it's very, very cool that you're trying, even though you're still on the learning process of the whole thing, okay? So this one right here, first thing that I would tell you in terms of like presentation is that it's a little bit too dark, right? Like we've mentioned this before, we don't want to go too dark on our low values because it becomes difficult to see. I like what you did right here with the framing of the character. That's a nice like artistic choice, and it gives a little bit of contrast to the whole thing. But I do feel like it looks, you know, a little bit weird. Now on the like outer side or on the outer element, we have these trees that look sort of like painted. I'm not sure if you painted those. You're totally free to use assets. Like you can download trees from Polyhaven, for instance, and use them as part of your 3D scene to get a more realistic effect. So, and yeah, also as someone is mentioning here on the chat, this is a full character, so that's pretty cool. The pose looks nice. It just looks strong. And my best advice is keep learning about the modeling tools that we have to our disposal. I'm not sure if you use Blender or ZBrush, but for instance, adding a little bit more detail to this tower shield would be a good option for this character. Good stuff on this one, my friend. Good job. And again, congratulations for participating. I'm gonna congratulate everyone for participating, even if you're complete beginners, because this is how you learn. Buffon, thanks for the sub, man. Thank you and welcome to the channel. The frame is good, yeah. I like the framing, like the composition of the whole thing, really good. It's just the light. Like I feel like we could add, for instance, a rim light, right? If there's light coming from the environment on the outside of the cave, we would expect to see a little bit of a stronger rim light here on the edge of the character and the shield, and that could help describe the forms a little bit better. But good result here, man. Just keep practicing, keep learning things like the fundamentals, right? Anatomy, modeling, that kind of stuff. That's what we need to focus on. Let's look at the next one. And this one is Leon, the Sculpture of Protection by Tadeo Marines. Oh man, this is so cool, dude. I love it. Reminds me a lot of the character from Arcane. What was his name? Van Damme is from Xenoblade Chronicles. Vander? Is it Vander? I don't know, like that character, right? Like this big, bulky... Yeah, it was Vander. There we go. This big, bulky dude, very protective. This is awesome, man. This is awesome. And I'm gonna confess something. Like I don't want to seem like a bias or anything, but Tadeo is a good friend of mine. He's been part of the community for a long time. He was actually one of my first students like 10 years ago, and I know he has a kid as well, and a very similar age to my kid. So I know how this resonates with him. But the execution on this one, man, really good, really nice. I like it. I like the presentation. I like the pose. I like the emotion that you're conveying here. I'll give you a couple of tips that I think could help with this one. That's our proof render, that's great, and our clay render, there we go. This one could be an excellent 3D print statue, to be honest. Like this one would be a very nice 3D printed stuff. Let me know if you want to 3D print it. We can 3D print it. He lives close by, so we can get it done. But yeah, let me show you what I would do here just to make this a little bit better. And this has to do with post-production, right? So we have this a very interesting glowy bit right here, and this is something that you could do directly here on the beauty render. Just add couple of like little light bounces on the characters right here. See that? Like just grabbing the exact same like light information and having it on the eye of the character makes him look a little bit more alive. And again, it's something that you can do directly on the post-production for the presentation of this piece. Another thing that I like to encourage you to try and do is break up the silhouette a little bit more with this stylized things. You did it right here, but it sort of like got lost on this area. So I would push the bracer just a little bit up here so that we can have a clean division between the bracer and the hand. Like just that little negative shape right there can really help to sell the effect. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It seems like you did... I would probably encourage you to try to do this inside of... or with proper textures as well. It kind of looks like you just did poly paint in ZBrush. Maybe time constraint. That's fine. But yeah. Shouldn't the reflection be lower as the object is under? Yeah. We can make the reflection like on this area right here. But great stuff, man. Great stuff. Again, I can't wait to learn about the story of this character. I really like this one. Good stuff. And this would look beautiful 3D printed. So give me a call if you want to do that. Let's see. This was one of my favorites. Realize how rare it is to see 3D happy, wholesome characters. Yeah. We tend to go for the... That's a very interesting thing, my friends. And this is why, for instance, I was talking about this with another student during the week. We as humans, we react very strongly to negative emotions, right? Fear, anger, sadness, all of these like negative emotions our sort of like response systems are prepared to sort of like react to those more strongly. That's why there's a lot of clickbait. That's why there's a lot of rage bait. That's why communities in the internet tend to be very toxic, because that kind of like feelings or those kinds of expressions tend to bring more of those, and that's not exactly what we all want. So one of the advices that I give my students and everyone is, let's try to shift our perspective to some of the other emotions. Let's try to go for wholesome things, happy things. Not everything has to be edgy and sad and dark. Like, there can be other things that we can also express. Yes, they tend not to be as strong as the other ones that I've mentioned, but they're still really, really good emotions to work with. So make sure you explore that kind of information. Let's now go with Prokoros, the Necromancer. Oh, this is so cool. Fur, man. You went for fur. Fur is tricky. Fur is really, really tricky, and you did a good job on this one. I like it. Nice, nice. Yeah, the head right here, like if we isolate the head, that looks very nice, man. Went full on yeah, no, I can definitely tell that someone spent a lot of time on the grooming process, and this is great. This is the reason why I like this contest, because they tell you, or they teach you, to get out of your comfort zone and maybe try something that you haven't tried before. So if someone, for instance, here spent a full month just learning about hair, look at the result. It's really good. Now, there are a couple of things that I will tell you to improve. First of all, the light, it looks a little bit weird because we have this very harsh shadow coming from the alleyway, and then he's illuminated in a couple of different spots that doesn't really match the environment. This is one of those cases where I would probably encourage you to remove the environment and just focus on the character. Okay, just focus on the character, because you have a really nice strong hair construction on the character, and on this one you could have even gone for like a very interesting close-up so that we can appreciate all of the grooming that was happening on the head of the character. But yeah, this is good, man. This is good. And now here's another one. This is going to be a little bit of a critique. One of the things that we always need to be aware of, and I'm actually like pushing this quite heavily on the new course, is that when you're working on anything, you need to have a consistent level of execution on everything, right? So it looks a little bit weird to have such a really nice constructed face here for the character, and then the book is a little bit too low poly, a little bit too simple, a little bit too, you know, not as great. Or little details like this ones right here, right on the element, some of the wrinkles for the cloth. Like you need to, if you want people to take this part seriously, you need to make sure that every single part of the whole thing is very well executed. Okay, so it's that like final 10%. Did you guys see this? There was this like a Reddit post, I think, a couple of days ago, talking about the 10% or the 90% of an industry, and they were mentioning, for instance, that in woodworking, 90% of woodworking is sanding, right? Or for instance, cooking, and 90% of cooking is cleaning stuff or measuring things. So in 3D, the thing that we have is that the final 10% of any project is the 90%. So it's very counterintuitive to think it like this, but if you think about like 100% of progress, getting from 0 to 90% of your asset or of your construction, your animation, your everything, takes almost the same amount of time that the final 10% of the whole thing. Or sometimes the final 10% takes even more, because that polishing stage where you're really finicking and making sure every single detail is right can take quite a bit of time. And we need to be patient in that final 10% to really get to the excellence level. But yeah, good stuff, man. Good stuff. We got the proof render right there, and we got a nice clay render right here. Okay, awesome. Let's go to pest control. Eyelash pest control. Matt Crafter, there you go. Matt Crafter is here on the chat, I'm sure. So let's take a look. Okay. Again, my main concern with these types of elements is the fact that they can be a little bit too dark, okay? A little bit too dark. And something that you need to consider here, Matt Crafter, is that when we have a very specific light source, like this moon over here, I'm gonna make it really, really intense, we need to include that light source contribution on the character somehow. So I would expect, again, to see like a rim light hitting all of these parts of the character. And you can do this in post-production. Ideally, you want to do this on the rendering like process, right, on the rendering stage. But it is possible to do it here in post-production if you just set your layer to something like a not multiply, probably like color dodge with a low opacity. Maybe color dodge is a little bit too intense. You can try overlay. Overlay is gonna change things a little bit, or like some of the colors might be like twisted, and it will darken things. So yeah, there might be a specific like color or blend mode that you can use to to incorporate a little bit of that light on the character. But ideally, you want to do this in the rendering stage. So just add a light that mimics this thing right here. Now, here's another one, and this is important because I think you mentioned that you if I'm not mistaken, you sell 3D prints, right? So when presenting your stuff, you gotta make sure to give more presence to your character. Right now, if we take a look at the whole like panel right here, your character is not even on half of it. So it's fine that you want to do this, but we can change the camera angle a little bit to make sure that she remains not necessarily on the center, but just bigger, right? Like bigger, so that we get a nice like result right there. Yeah, night scenes are hard. Night scenes are hard to set up and to render. Take a look at the forms. See, this render looks a lot cleaner. Like, I would take this pose here and use this as part of your composition, because this one right here, I can appreciate all of the details, and we lose so much stuff on this one. Like, it looks so, I don't know, bland in comparison to the nice contrast that we have right here. Like, this looks amazing. Really, really nice. I would make the shoes a little bit harder surface. They look a little bit too soft right now. This shell right here, if she's going to be using it to protect her knee, it needs to have some sort of support, I would say. But other than that, this is good. I love the light that you added here in the back. Even that like contraption that she has. Like, I didn't even know that she had horns on this one right here. Well, you can kind of see them a little bit there, but they're way more obvious right here. Even the hair. You did a great job on the sculpting of the hair. So this clay render looks way more interesting than our presentation render. And that's one of the reasons why I set up the contest the way I like to set it up, because I know it is tricky to do a presentation render, but that's of course part of the challenge. Okay, clay renders are relatively simple, or at least everyone has learned a little bit about how to do them properly. Presentation renders can be a lot more tough. But good stuff, man. You did that on the iPad. That's great. Good job, man. Good job. That's ILS pest control. Let's go to the next one. Shufam Farid says, it's always great to watch your stream and work alongside. Yeah, thank you, my friend. Thank you. Let's take a look. So nice. See, this is a good decision by Polar Bird. He decided that he was just gonna focus on the character, no background, just a clean character and a clean like execution, so that we can really see what's going on. I like this. It looks like a night elf. It looks interesting. The fact that she's bald is definitely a choice. Female characters or female bald characters can look very strong and very menacing. If you remember, for instance, the warriors from Wakanda, what were her name? The Milei Dore or something like that. They look really strong. Like their presence is really intense. Furiosa, yeah, as well. So that's cool, and it's a little bit of an interesting contrast because she looks like a dancer or something because of the skirt, and then we have the pose. Okay, we got the clay renders. One of the things that I would encourage you to work a little bit more is the anatomy. Okay, anatomy is important, my friend, because right now there are a couple of anatomy inconsistencies that are like hurting our final execution. It's a good project right here, and I'm glad that you were able to post it. Posting a character is tough, so I really like the fact that you went for that. But one of the things that you need to keep in mind is something called a plumb line. This is a nice little trick that my sculpting teacher taught me a long time ago. It's one of the things that I never forget. If you go from the pit of the neck down, okay, that line should land in the surface area between your feet or where your support points are on the character. Right now, as you can see, the feet is a little bit further forward, so this makes the pose look a little bit unbalanced. So either push her a little bit more towards this area or push the feet a little bit down or back, sorry, so that it aligns with that plumb line right there and the character is way more balanced. Okay, also do a little bit of study with gesture drawing. Gesture drawing, it's an excellent way to understand these principles right here. Dora Milaje, there you go. Dora Milaje, there you go. Hey, Abe, I would suggest we should have these challenges bi-annually instead of once a year. We really want to do that at 3D Maniac. It's just that getting the prize pools is a little bit complicated, right? Like getting the sponsors, people have budgets, we have budgets. So it is a little bit complicated, but we'll see what we can do. Maybe we can do like smaller scale like contests. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, ideally, I would like to have at least 2 per year as well. Go to the next one. Serafin Virileth. Oh, nice. We got the knight right here. Okay, we got the clay render, proof render, and presentation render. Nice. Good job, Cryptic Crawler. Good job on the armor. Armor is tricky. It takes time. It's one of those very time-consuming parts of the process, and you did a good job. Again, I think post could benefit a little bit from just a little bit more dynamism. I know you move the hand up and try to give it a little bit more flow, but it just looks a little bit a little bit stiff, right? Still, I prefer this to like a regular B pose. So this is awesome, man. This is really, really cool. I like your approach with this one. I'm gonna have to read her story. My advice is finish this one. Hopefully, you still have like the B pose of this character. Go through the normal like process, the normal texturing process, and make sure to do like proper UVs, proper retopo, everything, so that we get a nice result for the full character, because this is a really nice armor that you have right here. Like the sculpt right here looks very, very nice. And hair, of course, we're gonna have to do some sort of like haircut correction. What are the red parts supposed to be? I think it's just a different type of metal, like painted metal, you know, something like that. How are we doing on the contest, David? Do we have the winner yet? Blast 3D GG's first time here. Makes just without prize pool. It was just so much fun. Yeah, we could also do that. We could also do a contest without a prize pool. Oh, awesome, Real, you're here. Yeah, if you have the Apples, just finish this, man. Like this could be a good portfolio piece for you. 1 minute. Okay, awesome. Someone called this Ave, the Cleaning Executioner by Mateus. Nice. This is a nice. Is this a representation piece? Okay, yeah, you went for a presentation piece with multiple elements. That's fine. Yeah, this looks good. A knight. And this is a question that people has, like, oh, can I do a hard surface character if I don't know too much about anatomy? If you know how to make it, then yeah. Remember that the main thing is that this character should feel like they're part of Caer Aurelia. So this one definitely feels like an exotic character from the city, but he looks pretty cool, man. Well, give me just 1 second because we're about to get our winner. So let's go to the winner real quick. 1 minute. Okay, we're about to get the winner. Let's call out the winner, and then after that we'll go back to that participant. Okay. So let's see. I've already answered that question. You don't really need all of those softwares. Let's see. Reminds me of the dish scene from The Sword in the Stone. Yeah, a little bit, right? I try to spend a lot of time learning, practicing, and improving my skills, but I still feel like there's so much I don't know, and that I won't be able to catch up. Enough to be on par with truly good R3 It's a bit discouraging. Did you have any advice for detailing or dealing with this kind of self-doubt? Yes, I'll give you that in just a second, okay, my friend? Because we're about to call out the winner, but I do have an advice for that, Devachi. And I know how that feels because I feel that every day. So give me 1 second. We have Wolf Girl as well here on the chat. Jose Bamban. All of this guys right here. Let's see, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the first winner for our 2nd anniversary celebration, free course of your choosing that I will be messaging you about after the end of the stream is none other than... Did this thing bugged or something? David, there we go. Henry, my friend, congratulations. I hope you're here on the chat, either on YouTube or on Twitch. Thank you for your support, and congratulations on winning 1 premium course from our side. You're free to pick any of the courses, and I'm very happy that you are the first winner, Henry. Congratulations. And yeah, now let's go to the question, because that's a great question. I'm gonna go full camera. The first thing, Devachi, that you need to understand is that we are all in our own path, right? You should not compare yourself to those who are really, really good. No, actually, let me rephrase that because that's a weird statement. It can be taken out of context. When you take a look at other people's work, you don't know all of the things that they've gone through, both the good things and the bad things. So what you should do is focus on what you are doing as an artist. If every day you're waking up, you're learning, you're improving, and you can take a look at 3 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago, 5 months ago, and see an improvement, then you're doing right. It's not expected for you to be at the level of, let's say, Rafael Grassetti if you're just starting. Rafael Grassetti has been doing this for 20 years and he's amazing. I look up to him. I see his stuff and it's like, I really want to get to that level as I keep growing, right? I like to see other people's work as a way or as a goal to have, but I need to also be very empathetic with myself and take care of my mental health by saying, hey, I'm on my own journey. I will have my own things. I will be very good at certain things that those people might not be good at. So just think about the things that you are doing, and as long as you are working every day and pushing forward and grinding and learning, then you're doing everything that you can, and that's fine. Okay, so use others as a way to learn new things, as a way to set yourself some goals, but don't just look at their big results and ignore all of the pain, all of the suffering, all of the time, and all of the effort that they've done to get to that point, because we don't see that. Social media is one of those things that really breaks the illusion or makes it seem like it's easy to get there, when in reality it's not. It takes a lot of effort and a lot of time, and we're gonna see that throughout the competition submissions right here. So focus on your work, focus on your improvement, focus on your learning. And if you do that, then results will come, okay? Hopefully that helps you, my friend. And that's, of course, for everyone. Every time I do those sort of like little advices here and there, it's for everyone, not just for the people who are asking the question. Let's see. How does the buy one get one free promo on courses work? Oh, that's great. Yeah, so for those of you that are just joining, we have a special promotion going on just during the duration of this live stream as a part of the celebration here for the 2-year. What you need to do is just go to the site. Let me show you real quick. Give me one. So let's say you go to the site and you want to get a couple of courses, right? If you want to get, let's say, the anatomy course and you want to get the marmoset course, you buy the anatomy course, which is the one that's priced a little bit higher, and you get for free the substance painter course. Or you buy the substance painter course and you want to get the introduction to marvelous designer course, you get that one for free. So it's buy one, get one free of the same value or lower, okay? The thing that I know people are gonna get a little bit confused about is you cannot buy, for instance, let's say the Maya course and then get the anatomy course for free. It's the other way around, and it will only work for the duration of this live stream. And the way you're gonna do this is just buy the course and send me an email, both to the site email or send me a Discord DM saying, hey Abe, I just got this course, I would like to get this other one, and I will automatically enroll you to the other one. Only for those who get the course during the live stream right now, okay? It's part of our celebration. And if I'm not mistaken, our good friend David here should have, yep, there we go. We have the next premium course giveaway here on the Discord channel. So you can go here for the Discord channel as well. Thank you, Alan. Thank you. Yeah, I really like the change that we did on that one as well. Let's go to the event submission. Yeah, so we were talking about this one. I really like it. I think it's a good, clean execution. Love this high poly, man. Love this Hive Poly. Again, if you are a 3D artist, I would strongly recommend you finish this one. You know what? It reminds me a lot of like Dark Souls stuff. Dark Souls, it has that sort of like vibe, right? Do you guys think that one? Chiro, Discord DM might be a little bit faster, but I won't be able to take a look at those until after the stream, okay? So during the course of this day, just send me a message saying, hey, I'm Chiro, this is my email. Important, send me the email that you register with, because sometimes the usernames and the emails don't match. Send the invoice and tell me the course that you want, and I will automatically enroll you, okay? So there we go. Great stuff by you, my friend Mateus. Great stuff. I love it. Please, again, if you want to finish this one as a game ready character, this will be great. And if you don't want to do it, maybe we can collaborate, because I would love to do this character. Like doing a texturing workshop with this one would be really cool. Anyway, let's go to the next one. Let's go to level -3. Nice. This is by QP. I'm gonna take a look at your clay render first, because I already saw the main scene and I saw that it's a little bit too dark. But I love this guy. Look at the amount of detail that we have with this one. Nice, dude. You did the full process. That's also great. It's just this one again. I feel like you guys need to really be mindful about how to best showcase your characters, okay? Because this one right here, if I were to just cut this or make this here, I'll show you. I'll show you before we get any. Like, imagine we cut this into this proportion instead. Okay? Like that. And even a little bit less. Like that. Like a close-up like this. Now we're really seeing the character. Because right now we have a lot of nothing over here. It's very dark and it's very low poly. It's like very simple construction. In presentation renders, my friends, you should always give more weight and more importance to your characters, because you did a great job. I would like to see more of the details and the textures and everything that you did through with the character, and I really can't see it with these elements. But good stuff, man. Good stuff. Again, from the very little high poly things that I can see right here, this looks very nice. Look at the detail on the boots, like the actual, like, history accurate leather boots going all the way to the top. That's really nice. The robe, everything's very nice. Oh, look at that. David is spoiling some stuff here on the chat. He's saying, and saying it's coming very soon. It's definitely coming like in the next couple of weeks. One thing that I wanted to share is it's the first time that I've been able to finish a course and I still have a little bit of time to keep polishing and keep cleaning and adding extra little lessons here and there because we have a little bit more time. And as David is explaining that he wants to take the course as well. He wants to do the full thing. So you guys are gonna enjoy that. I think you guys are gonna really like the course because I've been enjoying it so much. Let's go with this one. This is Avedelia Floralune. Nice, by Waratu. And we got this sort of like pirate character. Love the composition, man. Amazing composition. This is storytelling in composition. Huge shout out here to Waruta for coming up with this idea right here. Look at the line of action. Can you see the clean line of action going from the rope all the way to the little dragon? Amazing. Very great gesture. The balance, the tension, like it really feels like she's leaning forward and having a little bit of tension here on the rope. There's a fish right there. Really nice execution. You're going for a cell shaded effect. I personally would like to go for more so like maybe clay render or realistic type of effect, but I understand why you did this. I'm not sure if you did this inside of ZBrush. It kind of looks like it, but this is really nice. There are additional texture shots in Event Whip's last post. Oh, you have it right there? Okay, let's take a quick look. Nice. Yeah, dude. Like, this is what you should have gone for. Like, this is your presentation render here, man. This should have been your presentation render. Look at the amount of detail. By the way, this is a portfolio piece. Like, if you don't have this on your portfolio yet, go for it and just add it to the portfolio because this looks great, man. This should have been your presentation render. Maybe you ran a little bit of time and you were trying to figure something out. But this shot right here, oh, amazing. Love it. Love the detail, man. Great character. Great character. Please add it to your portfolio. That's really nice. Okay, let's take a look at this one. Nice. You sculpted in V-pose. Love the little dragon, by the way. Good proportions, good anatomy. And then our presentation render right there. Yeah. Again, this is my personal opinion. I'm not saying anything wrong. I don't love this art style, but that's personal. You did it like perfectly for this kind of like elements. And again, the composition, really good. Maybe just add a little bit more light. I don't know, like some sort of like sky gradient or something. Because right now, and this is again a very common problem that we have. Let me show you here. When we're dealing with compositions, one thing that you guys need to constantly be doing is doing something called a value check. And let me show you a very quick way to do it. If you fill a layer with a dark color, like that, and then you set the layer to saturation, you're going to remove any color underneath the layer. And this little layer right here, I like to use this layer as something called a value check. So at any point, I can turn this off and see how my values are behaving. And what do I see right here? The skirt or the corset that she's wearing, the hat, a little bit of the skirt and the boots, the value of those elements is really close to the value of the sky, right? Which is completely dark, completely black. So because of that, our eyes, unconsciously or subconsciously, or however you want to think about them, they're going to blend those elements together and it's going to look like she's invisible on that area. So it's important to bring the sky, for instance, into a lighter tone so that we have a little bit more contrast between our values. Okay, so value check, very important to really see how the composition is working. Concept artists do this all the time. Let's go. Yeah, good stuff on that one, my friend. Let's go to the next one. It says it's Sarah Vell, the one with the siren tongue. Nice, dude. Nice. Yeah, good stuff. I like the environment. Like, it kind of looks like you did this environment in post-production. It doesn't look like it's 3D, but you did a good job on the integration. Jose Rodriguez, congratulations, man. And a lot of props. You got the little loot right there, the staff. She's got 4 arms. A lot of information. Yeah, this is nice. This looks like a, you know what this looks like? This looks like a miniature that you could print for your D&D game. This is really nice. I love the little birds as well. Love the clay render. Good stuff, man. Oh, look at all of that poly paint. I like your interface, dude. It's a very pretty interface. Very neon, but I like it. Good stuff, man. I really don't have much to say on this one, to be honest. The pose is nice. The gesture is nice. For the style that you're going for, which is a little bit cartoony, this works perfectly fine. Yeah. And the fact that you were able to solve the render all inside of ZBrush, good stuff, dude. Good stuff. The Fantasy Architect. Nice. He looks a little bit like The Rock. Is it just me or does his face look a little bit like The Rock? I guess because of the color palette and the choices that we have right here, it kind of looks he kind of looks like like The Rock, and he kind of looks I don't know, it looks fine. It looks fine. I like it. Good pose. You can see that this pose, a very simple pose, right? Like just one step forward, a little bit of contrapposto, the hand with a little gesture, really holding the staff. So that's nice. The cloth, even the cloth looks very nice. Did you do the cloth with Marvel's Designer? I'm wondering. Because it looks very, very flowy, very nice. Like it follows the remember the tension points that we were talking a little bit earlier? It looks very, very nice there. Yeah, good stuff here on Blender. See, Blender is very powerful. A lot of people think I hate Blender because I don't do a lot of tips or shorts about it, but Blender is really good, man. Good stuff right there. I was gonna mention, looks like the journalist from Spider-Man. Yeah, J.K. Simmons, a little bit, right? Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, the second giveaway is up, guys, and we have the special promotion going during this live stream. Buy one course, get one for free on our site as well. You can just buy the course, send me a message with your invoice, and I can enroll you to any of your other courses of the same value or lower. Let's go to now the toy maker. I knew someone was gonna do like a toy maker or like puppets, because puppets are like one of those. I won't say they're cliche, right? Like they're not as obvious in fantasy scenarios, but they're really cool. I always found them very cool. Like one of my favorite characters when I used to play League of Legends was Orianna. Orianna was a really cool concept for a character. Blitzcrank as well was very, very cool. Yeah, I like this guy. Good stuff, good presentation. Again, a little bit of storytelling going on right here. The perspective looks a little bit off. I'm not sure if you are doing a flat perspective or like like maybe you're using a very sort of like telescopic lens, because the perspective on some of these elements looks a little bit weird compared to the rest of the environment. But other than that, I like it. I really, really like it. Good stuff here. Nice. Yeah, simple. No, you're using the right perspective. Yeah, maybe it was the lens. Maybe you're exaggerating the lens quite a bit, which is fine. Let's see. His ball don't have a similar color scheme. Yeah. Yeah, it kind of looks like an orthographic like shot right there. I don't know what it is because of the. It could be an artistic decision though. Like it looks interesting. Like see how like this is an excellent example here by Prakar. See how he managed the values properly. The background is very dark, very low values on the background, and then the character has high values. We'll still have some shadows and everything, but having that contrast really makes the character pop a lot more. So that's something everyone should learn. Nice. Let's go to the Dwarven Wyvern Rider. Yeah, I remember this one. Flipcakes, you were sharing this quite a bit. Nice, nice. I really like the background. I'm not sure if you painted it or you got it, but the illustration is very nice. We definitely need to work a little bit more on forms, okay, my friend? And again, hopefully you don't take this the wrong way, but there are forms on the character, anatomy, and some gesture things that we can improve to make our character look a lot more realistic. This is a very common situation that I see with my students, where you guys start focusing a little bit too much on the details, like all of the different muscles on the back, instead of focusing on the forms, which are the things that make up the elements. Let me tell you, or let me show you here what I mean by this. So instead of thinking about the back in this particular way and trying to do instead of thinking, or let me do that again. Instead of trying to do the back with all of the different muscles, which you properly like land right here, like all of the muscles are roughly on the same on the place where they should be. What we need to do instead is we need to start focusing on the forms. So for instance, here we would have a cylinder, and then on this area we will have the latissimus dorsi going towards the front of the character, but we don't focus on the muscle, we focus on the form. What is the general form of this whole thing, which is like a sphere, okay? And if we find those forms, that's going to be a lot easier to build up all of this information. Same for the arms. For instance, if you take a look at the arms right here, there are some muscles that need to go in this direction and then towards the front of the arm, and then there's some muscles that go in this direction again to the front of the arm. And if we focus on those forms, it becomes a lot easier to deal with all of the detail that you want. I like to congratulate you here, my friend, because you have a lot of information, right? Like you did a lot of things, the axe, the props, the bracers, but we do need to focus a little bit more on the forms of the character. I would strongly recommend you check the Oni course if you haven't already, or the anatomy course, because we go over those principles quite heavily to really nail them. Oh, you did this on Unreal. Nice. Yeah, very fancy. Fancy render right there, but good stuff, man. Good stuff. Awesome there, Flip Kits. Now we go with Necdona. This one, oh yeah, I saw it. This is very creepy, but very cool. Like this would be some sort of like cult or some sort of like hidden, I don't know, group of like assassins or something. Look at this. This looks like the shot from a freaking movie. This looks very, very nice. I love the soft light. I love the yellow tone. Like, you did a very nice integration with the picture right there. She looks like she... I'm saying she. I'm not even sure if it's a she or not. But this character looks like it's really part of the environment, right? Love this little like dolls right here. Like, everything that you did right here, man, it looks very nice. I guess you wanted to learn more about like weaving and all of this like procedural like things, because you did a great job. And see how simple it is to make a cool character without having to deal with like anatomy or gesture or a lot of things. Sometimes simple, or sometimes, as they say, less is more. So it's very cool. Like, I like this. I really like it. It definitely feels in this, again, dark fantasy world. So that's great. Love it. Oh my god, this is so cool, man. They did a great job on this one. Love the clay render. I haven't seen a darkish clay render like this in a while. Very nice. Anvu Krishnan. Awesome work, my friend. Awesome. Yeah, there you go, man. There you go. Great stuff, dude. Great stuff. Congratulations on this one. I really like it. Necdora, the last honey huntress. Nice, dude. Nice. Now go with Alberto and the boys of the Warforge. Let's take a look at this. Okay, nice. We could have gone for a different presentation, but it's a good one right here. He definitely looks a little bit more steampunky. We did mention that steampunk was out of the table, but I think this one is right there on the edge. So you're fine. Don't worry about it. But yeah, this is cool. Okay. Let's take a look at the... Oh, I love this one. I really like this pose. He looks like a kid that's trying to invent stuff. The wheelbarrow right there on the back. Clean forms, man. Clean modeling. The modeling is fine. The texturing, I do feel it's a little bit noisy, or again, we're missing a little bit more contrast. Colors look very dull in comparison. Just, I'm not gonna get tired of repeating this, guys. Do the value test. Literally do the value test. And you're gonna see, right now, for instance, pretty much all of the different parts of the character are of the same value, and that can make it a little bit difficult to see the pieces separately, like to appreciate the pieces separately. So do the value check, because right now I would just saturate, for instance, a couple of elements a little bit more. I know in the real world things tend to be very flat or not as intense, but we can always play a little bit with saturation and values in the 3D world. Okay. Yeah, it definitely, Franny, the last one, right? The one the Honey Huntress, it definitely gave a little Nightmares vibes. I agree. Yeah, good stuff, man. Good stuff there. Let's go to the next one. Betty, the Tide Color. Oh, this is one of my favorite ones. Yeah, good stuff, man. The turtle. Nice presentation. I can see that we ran maybe a little bit out of time, or we were trying to find a good presentation here. Could definitely add a little bit more stuff. I can see that you were doing some of the poly paint maybe on the face. I love the little octopus, but the clay render, man. Again, like, if I could 3D print this just to have as part of my D&D game, oh, this is amazing, dude. Amazing stuff. My advice for this one, Rogue Wizard, finish it. Do the full process, or I don't know, do something, because this is such a cool character. You did a great job. Turtles are one of my favorite races in D&D, so this one works very nice, and he could definitely fit inside of Caera Aurelia very quickly. My brother, actually, he's one of his main characters is a turtle. It's a turtle monk. A very fun character as well. But this one, you did a great job on the sculpt, man. Love it. Yeah, just again, careful on the presentation. This is a mistake that I'm seeing quite a bit. Well, not a mistake, but a point of opportunity for a lot of people, where you guys are giving too much attention to the rest of the elements when the character should be the center of attention. Let's take again Necdora as one of the examples. This is how you give attention to your character. Foreground, most of the frame is being occupied by the character. Very nice, light information falling on the body right here, right? So it's just a way to really give the importance to the character instead of to the environment. Okay, let's go to the next one. Leaf Boy. This is by 2-3DA. Is this the 3D artist? Is this yours, my friend? I know where you got the inspiration. That's a nice variation, though. Like, I think you managed to create something quite unique. This is, of course, a big inspiration, I guess, from Majora's Mask. But you did a good job. It's like a bomb character, right? Leaf Boy. I like the pose. The pose is great, and the balance is quite there. The only thing that I might add to this one right here, let me copy this. And posing is tricky, by the way, guys. Don't get me wrong. Posing is one of those things that that can definitely be tricky. But one of the ways to give weight to a character, right? Because you have the legs going in this direction, right? Going there and then there. Have the torso over here, the head. One of the ways that we can give a little bit more weight is by bending something. So this arm right here, it looks very straight right now. If we just bend it a little bit, like that, it looks like there's more weight attached to the character, right? So just that little bend is a way. Animators do this all the time when they bend the knees, when they bend the elbows. Just bending things a little bit makes it so that there's weight being applied to the whole thing. Because otherwise, again, I feel like the arm looks a little bit too straight. Just again, a little nitpicky thing there, but hopefully that works. And let's take a look at the T-pose. Yeah, good stuff. A lot of props as well. You did Marmoset. There you go. Marmoset to its full potential here, being used for the final render. Yeah, good stuff, man. Good stuff. I like this one. I like this one. I like the vibe. Yeah, someone is mentioning here the vibe is really, really cool. Really creepy, right? Now we go with Enariel, the Exiled. Nice, nice. She reminds me a little bit of Azula and the girls from Avatar: Last Airbender. What were her names? May and Tylee, I think. Azula, May, Tylee. I think those were the ones. She has that sort of like Earth, no, not Earth, Fire Nation vibe, right? Good stuff. Yeah. Good presentation. She does look a little bit tall in terms of proportions. If I had to say something, she definitely looks a little bit tall right there, Callado. Usually when you are checking for proportions, if you're doing 8 heads proportions, the legs and the torso should be roughly the same size, and you can see here the legs are really long. Not saying this is wrong. I was talking to another student this week, and I was showing them some pictures from people who go to the Olympics. They did this like very famous picture of all of the different disciplines in the Olympics, and the body types are so different. So for instance, volleyball players and basketball players tend to have very long legs. So I'm not saying this is wrong. I'm just saying that based on the standards or like things that we normally do, the proportions might be a little bit off. Okay, just keep that in mind. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. There we go. Let's go now with Thalon the Brave. Look, oh, you got a lot of comments there. Nice. Wow, you went overboard here, Casey. Casey, dude. You did a great job on this one, man. Great job. Yeah, you really went overboard with the amount of detail. Look at that. So we got a big character right there. He looks like a Tauren or something like that. He's got like the horns or like a demon. Is he a demon, Casey? I know you're here. Is he a demon or is he another type of creature? I love the angel right there, like a companion. This looks like how World of Warcraft would look if it was made by From Software. So if From Software made the MMO, this is the way it would look, right? And love the doggies, man. Love the freaking doggies. So cool, man. So amazing. Love them. Good stuff, man. Another mini that I would love to have on my game. This looks really, really cool. This is like tier 11 or tier 12 like level of armor. Great stuff. Minotaur, awesome, awesome. Minotaur. Yeah, great stuff, Casey. Dude, you did a great job on this one. Love the presentation. How did you do this presentation? Was it like just ZBrush render passes, or did you do this in Blender, Unreal? It's really good, man. I really, really like this this presentation here for the character, and the fact again that we're telling a story with all of these characters involved, because that's the I would say, guys, this is, in my opinion, one of the strong things about visual media. If you do something that has a lot of pieces, you as the audience, even though you don't like say it out loud, but you're thinking, where did these dogs come from? How did he got to meet them? What is this thing right here? Why does he have such a freaking amazing armor? So you make, either again consciously or subconsciously, you make all of those questions, and that's what makes the story so compelling, right? Or like the piece so compelling, because you want to know more about this character. You want to know more about all of the things that we're seeing here on the scene. Unreal, nice. You did this on Unreal. This is awesome, man. Great stuff. Great stuff. Thalon the Brave. I really want to learn the story as well, to, of course, learn a little bit more about it. Atsukwa, the Acolyte from a Distant Land. Let's take a look. This is by Culture. Nice. So this one, I can tell you already, because this is my culture, this is inspired apparently from some Mexican stuff. This weapon is a very traditional Mexican weapon. What they would do is they would pretty much attach obsidian stones to a wood plank, And obsidian, this volcanic stone, you probably have seen it. It's a dark stone. It's very sharp. I think it's sharper than like some scalpels. So Macuahuitl, there you go, Alan. Thank you. Macuahuitl is the name of the weapon, and this character has a lot of Tlaloc like similarities. Tlaloc is I don't want to mess this up. I don't remember if it was Mayan or Aztec god of rain, or one of the gods. No, not the god of rain. I think it was god of. It was rain. I think it's Mayan, and it has a lot of like similarities there. So I like the idea behind this. I like the story. I do feel in this case, Calcer, Ahuizotl, we do need to work a little bit more on our anatomy, right? And our pose. Well, the pose is actually quite fine, but the anatomy can definitely be improved a little bit. Again, to really incorporate the forms of the human body in a way that makes it look a lot more realistic. This is a very common situation, again, that I see with people who are learning ZBrush, where your elements look a little bit choppy, right? A little bit mushy. I always compare this to like chewing gum or to like a meatball, where the forms are not really well defined. That's why I'm so empathetic on making sure that forms, silhouette, primary elements, secondary elements are as clean as possible before we jump into the details. Because if you do that, if you build the foundations properly, then it's a lot easier to build the next stuff, okay? So yeah, good stuff, man. Good stuff. Let's go to the next one. Leaf Boy, Chaos of None. Hey, Leaf Boy. What happened here? Leaf Boy. Leaf Boy. Who is this from? Pretty artist? I'm just gonna make sure that you submit it on time, my friend. Should have deleted that post, or tell me to delete it. Okay. We took a look at Leaf Boy. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because we mentioned 2 submissions could have been a disqualification. So if you by mistake had left some stuff right there, that would have been a problem. But you did not. So let me just delete that one. There we go. Go to the next one. So that was... Where am I? There we go. The Witch of Fate. This is by Vilker. Oh, yeah. I saw this one as well. This one's a cool one. By the way, how long are we missing until the new winner, David? Can you tell me? I think we're really close to it. No, that's fine. That's fine. I got you. 2 minutes. Okay, 3 minutes. Okay. So Bilkir, yeah, I saw this one, and this again looks very From Software-ish, right? Like very dark fantasy, but I like it. I really like it. Definitely could be part of a dark church here in Caer Aurelia. So David Gregor, awesome stuff on this one, man. Great sculpt as well. Oh, very creepy, man. Very creepy. All the bones and even the very thin legs right there. Is she like an undead or something? I need to read the story. She probably is, right? You know what? Like, I'm not sure if you have a V post on this one, Vilker, but if you don't, one of the things that you could definitely do this for a portfolio piece is make her into a statue, right? Like a statue to this like dark goddess or whatever. This could fit like perfectly in any fantasy game. And you could even use some techniques like nanite and things like that. You don't need to do retopology. Like if it's going to be a statue that's not going to deform, there's other tricks or other techniques that you can use. But I love the sculpt, man. Great sculpt, and this is exactly why we make the contest the way we make it, so that we can appreciate a nice production render, but also appreciate the amazing sculpt work that you guys are doing. So badass stuff as well. Great one. I just need to read the story later as one. Velida Soul Shard. Nice. This looks very Baldur's Gate now. We go from software to Baldur's Gate, which was another reference point. Good T-pose right here. A lot of flowy ropes. Good on the tension right there. This definitely looks like Marvelous. That's great. What is this? ZBrush. Nice. Yeah, I really like the presentation right here. I think the expression really sells the full character. Here's a very important one for you, my friend, and I'm gonna go full camera. When you're posing a character, hopefully the mic doesn't cut out. When you're posing the character, try to avoid having the hand in front of the character, okay? Because if you do this, if the hand is in front of the character, the silhouette of the hand and the silhouette of the character are pretty much one on top of each other. And this is something that I learned all the way back from like the Warner Brothers cartoon, Bugs Bunny. I always use this example, but there was an episode where he is doing like a magic trick and he pulls a rabbit out of the hat, and it's Daffy Duck, right? Dressed as a rabbit. He always does this. He moves to the side. He has the hat. I'm going to use my cup as the hat. He has the hat, and then he places or takes out Daffy Duck out of the hat, right? This is one principle of animation, actually, which has to do with clarity and presentation, how you present stuff. So it's not the same to do or to pull a rabbit out of the hat if I'm right here, right, and everything is a mess and it's very difficult to really see what's going on, than to do something like this where it's very clear what I'm doing, right? So it's very, very important to do that. And we have the winner. Sorry, I got caught up with that right there. Let's go here to the stream, and the winner for our second giveaway for today. Where is it? Where is it? F her, F her, F her or Fur. Congratulations, Fur. Congratulations on your prize right here. Again, you can just I will be contacting you in case you forget to contact me, but I will be contacting you at the end of the stream to enroll you on the course that you want, okay, from our side. So make sure to check it out. And for everyone else, remember, you have 3 more opportunities. We still have a couple of more giveaways to go, but if you don't win during the time of this live stream, if you buy 1 course, you get 1 for free of the same value or below, okay? So that's the special, again, promotion we're having today. Buy 1 course, get 1 for free. If you have any questions, ask them right here on the chat, and David's gonna help you out as we keep moving with more of the submissions right here. And the next giveaway should be open as well, so feel free to jump right there and vote for that. So again, Sven, Joseph, that's what I would do with this character. I would just move the magic hand a little bit more to the side, or just rotate the camera a little bit, right, so that the silhouette of the character is a lot clearer. And as someone mentioned here, very, very precisely, the animation principle that follows that specific rule is called staging, okay? So staging for that particular one. Let's go to the next one. Where are we? Right here. Selka, the Traveler Merchant. Nice. Again, another very sort of like control character. What I mean by control is you don't always need to have like the over-the-top characters, right? Like there are certain games where having things in a more controlled environment, more realistic stuff is really, really good, and this one I think falls right there. I do think the character is a little bit overexposed in certain areas in terms of like illumination. I like the framing that you did, like this dark line right here, sorry, like really separates her from the background. Even this one here on the hat. So good presentation right there, good sculpt. Oh, I love the colors right here. Do we have the same colors? Yeah, we do. Okay, okay. Yeah, I feel like the colors here look a little bit more vibrant. I would like to see a back shot of the character because it seems like you spent quite a bit of time on the backpack as well, and I would like to see what you did on that one. But good stuff on that one, my friend. Selka, the Traveler Merchant. Really clean execution. Xgeko says, hi, I bought an enemy course. How do I get the second course? Yeah, just send me a message on Discord, Xgeko, with your invoice in the course that you want, and I'll enroll you to the other course. Alaric Sylvester. Oh, dude, this is good as well. Good stuff, man. Now, this does remind me a lot of Clair Obscur right now. But again, guys, check your levels. Check your levels, please. I want to see the character. And in order for me to see the character, things need to be a little bit brighter. And I do have some nice monitors. So I know it's not my monitors that are like badly calibrated. But it's the fact that that the scenes tend to be a little bit too dark, okay? So, for instance, here I just changed the levels a little bit, and it's a lot easier to appreciate the character. And good stuff, man. Good execution on all of the elements. The bells, the bracers. Like, this is a... Maybe we're just a little bit far from like a AAA level, but definitely AA level. Like, totally doable. Careful with the hair. I can see that you're using, like, sculpted hair, and especially since the character looks very realistic, I would strongly recommend you learn a little bit of X-Gen. You can learn X-Gen. We have videos here on the channel for the basics of that stuff, or go for haircuts, right, to get a more realistic effect, because it looks a little bit too slick. I'm not sure. It might be haircuts, to be honest, but it looks more sculpted than anything else. The sculpt looks really good. Yeah, man, the sculpt is amazing. Look at the boots and the pants. Really nice. Are you here, Nikhil? Are you on the chat? Hopefully you are, because I want to ask you if you did this with Marvelous, I mean the pants, or if you did this with like hand sculpted, because they look really good. Looks like Dragunov, the Thief game. Fortish style. Yeah, no, it looks very nice. It looks very nice. Is it better to ever expose the light a little bit before correcting the color? Yeah, I like to go like in a lot of the stuff that I like to do, and this is another like advice that I got from animation. Push things, like really push things really far, and then come back down, because it's a lot easier to find the right spot by pushing things too much and then sort of like tweaking it down, than if you try to slowly build up to the desired effect. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, that's good stuff, man. Musabak says, hello, I love your content. I have a question. I started retopologing in Maya, but when I do it with symmetry, the points near the middle always merge even when it's too far. It might be because your tool is, or your object is too small, Musabak. In my personal workflow, if the character is symmetrical, I just do one side and then mirror at the end. I don't do it with symmetry. It's the same thing, and it uses more resources. I've had more crashes when I try to use symmetry than when I just do one side and then mirror to the other. So you might want to try the other one. There we go. Yeah, let's go to the next one. That one, I like that one. That's a good one. This is Bikar, the Curse Wanderer. Nice presentation here by Dennis Trevino. Nice presentation, dude. Good pose. There's a couple of sculpting things here on the hands that I would change. They look a little bit, I don't know, blocky. But the chest, dude, you did a great job on the chest armor there. And I love the expression. Definitely not a warrior you want to meet. I'm reading a new series of books. Oh man, I forgot the name of the author. Something of the Gods. All of the Gods. It's modern sci-fi. It's one of, I think it's by Abercrombie. He's got a bunch of different series. I don't remember which one, but he reminds me a lot of a character from that series. Spaghetti Gods. No, it's not Spaghetti Gods. Yeah, good stuff, man. Good sculpt. Love the little leather effects right there. Oh, you did Unreal as well. See, guys, this is another thing, and I don't think I've done many videos about Unreal lately. Actually, I haven't done any on the channel. I think we need to do a little bit more Unreal stuff, because Unreal is getting very, very powerful also as a good option for rendering stuff, because you can add things like the fire and the particles and things like that. Now, it's not American Gods. It's a Viking series. Or like Nordic series, fantasy series. Good stuff, man. Vikar, the Curse Wanderer. Play Will. Oh, this is very dark as well. Oh my god. Okay, dude. Oh man, this is tricky because it's a really good one, but I think it falls a little bit outside of the scope of a character, man. Oh, this is gonna be a tough one for the judges to decide. It does feel more creature-ish. What? Spaghetti Gods? This one? You've seen this? No, I don't think this was from the last event. I didn't see it on the last event. Oh, I'm gonna have to really sleep on this one, guys, because it's the First Law. Yeah, no, the First Law is another one. It's another series that I have, but I haven't read it as well. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it could pass as a giant, but it looks more like a boss in a fantasy game. Not like, again, remember that one of the limitations that we had was the Caer Aurelia setting, right? And I'm not sure how this guy would like fit inside of Caer Aurelia. Like, I don't think he could just be walking around down the street. It's a very cool composition, yeah, and the sculpt is very, very nice. But in terms of the story, might be a little bit difficult. Oh, okay. It's a stretch, Janice. It's a little bit of a stretch, but I can see this. He says that this is a statue that guards the city, or a character that guards the city. Stoneclad giant. Okay. We're gonna have to put this to a little bit of a boatation or a boat, Janice, because it's definitely a little bit more towards the creature side of things, or like a construct thing. But you're clear for now. Okay, you're clear for now. Just keep that in mind. Okay. Just keep that in mind that we're right there on the border. Let's go to the next one. Jan, this is Stress Shot. Nice. Another simple one. It looks like a smithy. Here's what and again, I'm sorry that I'm gonna call you out a little bit here, Jan. Oh, that's a PNG. Interesting. But if you're gonna be adding or taking the time to do this level of detail here on the chest of the character, you need to spend the same level of detail on things like the boots, okay, or like the pants. It's very important. People will see this. Recruiters will see this. Art directors will see this. They will take a look at your stuff, and they want to make sure that everything is up to the same level. And I can see that you chose this one right here because you know, like, it's very obvious that you know that you spent more time on this part of the character than the rest of the character. So whenever you guys are working, that's why I like to work on a sort of like a complete or or broad approach with my elements. I like to make sure that I'm working at the same exact level on every single part, so that I don't get to a point at the very end where I'm tired of the whole thing and I don't want to finish one specific element. Okay, it still looks very nice, and I like the character here by you, John or Gan, but just keep that in mind. Okay. And yeah, Janice, like people are really taking or saying that your stuff looks really cool. I agree. It looks very, very cool. It's just the fit. I'm a little bit worried about the fit, but other than that, great stuff. Let's go to the next one. Montir del Trail Ride. Nice, nice. This is by Jose Bamban. Okay, so we're going into the cold sections of the world. He may be a traveler there in Car area looking for some tools for his next exploration. Okay, good stuff. I like the pose. The map definitely feels a little bit stiff. I've never held a map in this way in my life, so I'm not sure how stiff or not they would be, but definitely feels a little bit stiff. In general, some of the sculpting things feels a little bit stiff, my friend, but I like the final composition here. I think you did a good job as well. Just soften the lights a little bit. Maybe play with materials. Good stuff there, Jose Bamban. Now we go with Nidra, the Disgrace Priest. Oh, nice stuff. Really heavy on the wrinkles right there. Wrinkles are tricky, guys. Wrinkles are one of those things that we need to be very mindful of how we introduce them to the character, because it might look a little bit too much like what we have right here. But I like the fiber mesh. I'm not sure if it's fiber mesh or if you painted the beard. You did a good job right there. And there's a story behind this character, which I like. I like the fact that we have that. Yeah, see this? So whenever I see a normal map render like this one right here, and the shadows and the elements are too intense, that's a telltale sign that you went a little bit too heavy with the forms, and it's pushing it a little bit too much. It's not fiber mesh. It looks like it's XGen or something like that because it looks very clean. But yeah, just keep in mind that it can be a little bit too intense on some of these elements. Okay, now one thing that you're missing here, and it would definitely help this, it will definitely soften the whole thing, is subsurface scattering. I'm not sure where you're doing the render on this one, my friend. I love the pose. Definitely looks like some older people, right? As they become older, they sort of like lose a little bit of strength and they're walking in this pose. But yeah, like adding some surface scattering to the skin can soften up the wrinkles and make him look a little bit nicer. Nidra, the Disgrace Priest. Cool. And maybe take a look at some Marvelous Designer as well. Marvelous Designer for all of this like cloth elements could give you a nicer wrinkle. The Orphan Thief. Oh, dude, who did this? Sadra. Sadra, dude, are you here? I think I saw your name a couple of minutes ago. Dude, this is an amazing pose. I love it. Really, really, really interesting pose. I don't think I've ever seen a pose like this. I really like this pose, and you have a lot of assets as well. There are a couple of things on the pose that I don't love. For instance, this shoulder right here, I think it should be like further up. It looks a little bit dislocated. But it looks like the runner pose, right? Like when in the Olympics they're about to do like the initial sort of like jump. That would be a very cool one. Yeah, it feels like he's gonna fall, but if he keeps running, he's not gonna fall. So I like it. I like the horizontal composition. The line here with the sword, good stuff. Yeah, good stuff, man. Good stuff, Sadra. I'll read the story as well later. Axolot. We had a couple of axolots submissions this time around. Axolots are very cool creatures. Ignacio Bartolomé dice, yo te amo a ti, mi estimado. Como decía el de Megamente. Hey, Abe, my friend, will you guide me how to be a texture artist? You can start with the Substance Painter course, man. That's a great way to do it. Shank says, Maya, looked at kid following your tool. I want to create a button of it in the shelf so I can easily work with it. Can you please help me with it? Oh man, I will need to take a look at that stuff. Yeah, Discord might be a better place to ask for that. Yeah, I love this one. He's like an inventor or like an alchemist or something. Again, simple. Love the color scheme right there. Let's take a look at the sculpt. Nice pose. Nice gesture. All of those negative shapes right there. Really, really clean. Very definitely more into like the cartoonish side of things, but still very, very good. Love it, man, and love the texture. Like that's not the render from ZBrush. I can tell you that. That's probably Blender or something because we have some very nice like scattering on the skin. It looks like fleshy, right? Like that's what we're going for. Mini Hero, good stuff, man. Good stuff. Ash remembers. There you go. This is another very clean one. Very clean one. This is by Moonco. Very clean execution there, man. Is that a coin flipping? Kind of looks like a coin flipping. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Love the clay render. Yeah, that's definitely marvelous designer. Good stuff. Definitely looks like a very classical protagonist, right, of a story. Right when he's starting his adventure, right? Like no fancy elements or fancy gadgets or anything. Like just the beginning of the story. Good anatomy, man. Like the anatomy on the face, really clean. And good stuff on this one. The Kiro Wrangler. Nice. Oh, this looks very nice. Again, presentation, man. I think we could improve the presentation a little bit because your forms are really nice on the chest and some of the muscles here. And he looks very creepy. I love the creepy aspect of the character. He looks like an elf or maybe like a troll mixed with like a human or something like that. Good stuff here on the element. Good one here. Yeah. Yeah, nice one. And the curve right there, is that painted or is that sculpted as well? I'm not sure if you painted that one. His knees, but I like this one. Again, I would probably, for the presentation render, I would probably have done a close-up, like a mid shot from the waist up. But I like the process on this one. Sneeze. A blacksmith for the human body and soul. Yeah, and if you do the curve on the sculpt, you could have included that on that one as well. Gabro, the rune maker, another dwarf. We didn't get too many dwarfs this time around, it seems. Interesting. Is he missing an arm? He looks like he's missing an arm. Oh, nice. Interesting. So the arm is made out of this floating, like, rune magical stones. Yeah, the other one had a great proportion. I agree. Do you have experience with full environments? I want to become an environment artist. Saludos, Esqueleto. Not, I mean, a little bit, but not, I'm not an environment artist as my main focus. I'm a generalist, so I know how to do a little bit of everything. But big environments, it's a combination of a lot of like similar techniques. We'll talk about that soon because I do want to cover some of those topics. Things like trim sheets, modular building, the blending materials with vertex painting, landscape materials. It's a little bit of everything. This one looks interesting, my friend. I do feel like we have a couple of like form things that we also need to improve. It reminds me a lot of like Torchlight, right? Like Torchlight, the game, I think. But that one's nice. Felipe Seni art. Let's go to the next one. Kylene Maidebrook. There we go. Another wholesome one. I like wholesome stuff as well. We tend to go very edgy and very nitty-gritty, very dark. This one's fun, man. Love that. The otter. Is he like a veterinarian? I think so, right? Because he's got like his bag and that otter has like an injured tail. That's so cool, man. And then there's a cat there on the back. Great stuff, dude. Very clean. Again, very clean, very happy. Good one, man. I like the character. He reminds me a little bit of the protagonist from Atlantis, Milo, right? He's got that sort of like nerdy vibe as well. Yeah, love the gesture. Yeah, he definitely looks like he's walking with these characters. Great stuff, man. Great stuff with this one. That's another one that could be a great collectible as well. Let's go to the next one. Augustus Quillhart, the librarian. Nice. It seems like you missed or you maybe needed a little bit more time here, Merna, for a nicer presentation render, because the presentation render right now looks very similar to the clay render, if not the same. It kind of looks like the same. Be very careful with this kind of stuff here, my friend. When you're presenting your stuff, you definitely want to push your elements to the highest quality possible. And this one right here, I'm not sure if it's like the samples or something that you were trying to do, but they definitely look a little bit on the low side of things. So it's difficult to appreciate all your hard work if we cannot see the character clearly. Remember that we have this course, guys, and I know I mentioned this before many times, but we have the portfolio presentation workshop. It's a free Blender course, but you can apply this information to Marmoset, you can apply this information to Maya, Arnold, anything, and it's a good way to just present your stuff in a nicer way so that people can really appreciate it. Also, remember that we have our little promotion going on right now. If you get any of our courses, you can get another course of the same price or lower for free. A special 2-year anniversary bonus that we have right here, other than the giveaways, right? Which, by the way, are we close to the next giveaway? Are we close to the next giveaway? Where are they? Here. 12 minutes now. Still a little bit away. Okay, so that's that one. Let's go to the next one. We still have so many to go through. There we go. Oh, this is good. Vicelestialis, dude. Good stuff, dude. Oh, love the dragon head, dude. And the armor. Very epic. He's definitely at the end of the adventure, right? Ready to face the final boss of the game. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Really good one, man. Nice, nice. My only advice, maybe, again, just as a nitpicky thing in terms of design, would be to break up a little bit of these elements with something that we call rest areas, okay? Rest areas are areas where there's not a lot of information, not a lot of things going on. And this is a more of a design principle. Like, it's not expected for artists to know this thing. But for instance, if we change this for a flat surface instead, right? We remove a little bit of information, and then we can add, I don't know, like maybe like some cut lines or something like that. Like a trim. Yeah, we can add something like a trim right there. And then some cut lines. And I'm just playing around with some ideas right there, but doing that simplifies the amount of detail and elements that we have and makes it a lot easier to digest all of the visual information that we have. It's just a little like advice right there that could work for some elements, but this is great, man. Love the presentation, love the character. I definitely want to read the story for this Dragonborn here. Awesome stuff, man. Awesome stuff. I would also encourage you to finish it. If it's not finished as a game-ready character, that would be an amazing portfolio piece. Divrium, Courier of Semirth. Nice. It's a church, apparently. Cool. Yeah, on a quality creature. Let's work on our forms, my friend. Dancio, again, I applaud and I congratulate you for participating on this contest. It's amazing when we see people really getting out of the comfort zone and trying something, even though we're still on the learning stages of our 3D career. I would encourage you to learn a little bit more about anatomy and a little bit more about Marvel's Designer maybe for the cloth, because that's going to help you get this character into a better sort of like position. And this is fun. This is something that I do quite a bit, and I encourage you guys to do this as well. Dancio, what you can do is save this information, save this character, right? And 1 year from now or 2 years from now, try to do it again with all of the new skills and the new techniques that you've learned so far, and you're gonna see a big difference. I have a character that I do that every couple of years. It's the aquatic, the Akrok character that I do, the blue character. You have seen it on my portfolio, and I see the improvement. I can see how every couple of years you realize that there is a big improvement because the presentation and the techniques that you learn are definitely helping on your construction as an artist, okay? Let's go to this one. This is Martin, the Ultimate Explorer. Nice. Is that a mustache? He looks very cartoonish, very comical. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Again, let's work on the forms. I'm not really sure what kind of style you're going for, because the forms are definitely on the simple side of things. It seems like you sculpted something. It looks very cartoonish, and there are some like art styles that are this way. You guys have probably seen the new movie Elio, right? So I know it's not doing great at the box office, but you can see the proportions on the character are definitely more cartoonish. I think they called this a bean-shaped back characters or something like that. So if this is what you want to go for, that's fine. But we need to clean the shapes, right? Like, for instance, these legs, if they're going to be cylinders, they need to be very clean cylinders. The arms and the hands, if they're going to be cylinders, again, they need to be very nice, clean cylinders. That's the approach that we need to go for. Tyrant, the Flamebound. Oh, there we go. Another very interesting one. Oh, this is a scary dude that you do not want to run into the city, right? Maybe he's a bouncer for a very important, like, underworld or underdark, like, a bar or something. That's a cool one, man. This is very cool. I love the face there on the chest. It's very unique, very original. Yeah, good stuff, man. Good stuff on this one. Love it. Really nice. And there's a good balance between what I was mentioning, like simple elements or clean areas, and then VC areas with the armor. It's not overdone. It's got a very nice balance. Maybe a nicer presentation. Samyak, a nicer presentation with this one could have been a nice one too. He was a mercenary but decided to follow his passion, becoming a baker. Oh man, that's an interesting one. Yeah, the anatomy is really good. Like, most of the muscles are where they're supposed to be. The proportions look good, so it's a good one. Yeah, maybe he's a good dude, right? Like, maybe definitely he's a good dude. Lorak, the sculpture. Nice. Okay, we got another simple sculpture right here. Good stuff. The legs definitely look a little bit too big compared to the rest of the body. And I can see we have very simple ones. This is not following most of the information that we were looking for, Kikpa. We have some clay renders and we have the element, but both, like, all of this look very similar. So this is where, again, as feedback, right? Like, I want to help you guys. One of the reasons why we do this kinds of contests is to push you guys to the next level, like help you find out the areas where you feel weak about, or where you feel that you're still learning about, and then encourage you to take that leap of faith, right? Like that leap of effort, and try to do something that's going to take you out of your comfort zone so that you can learn. I don't think learning how to do a good clay render is difficult, okay? So that's one of the things that I would encourage you to try, Kifa. I know that the contest is now over, but that doesn't mean that you can't still do it for your character if you're going to be including this in your portfolio, for instance. So yeah, just whenever you're trying to do something, guys, try not to fall for the very common pitfall of just doing what you feel comfortable with. Always try to push yourself a little bit more, just a little bit, an extra step, an extra couple of miles, right? Like, because that's where you will find your growth as an artist. Anytime you're faced with something that feels scary or feels challenging, that's when your real artistic muscle grows, because when you beat that challenge, when you try, even if you fail, that's gonna get you out of that comfort zone, and it's gonna allow you to do something that's gonna make you grow. Okay, so take these opportunities, contests, your portfolio pieces. Anytime you're doing something for a client, take those opportunities to really do or go the extra mile so that you can really learn and grow. Otherwise, you're gonna remain exactly the same, and it's very sad. I've seen that a lot throughout my career. It's very sad to see some of my peers, and I see the portfolio that they have from 5 years ago, and you see the portfolio that they have now. It's the exact same thing, because people don't wanna risk it. They don't want to be pushed to the next level, and it's sad, and I don't want that to happen to you. So take every single work that you do, every single portfolio piece, every single character, every single thing as an opportunity to go the extra mile. I try to do that with my courses all the time. Like every course that I do, I try to give something different, or do something new, or push to a new boundary, right? In terms of teaching, in terms of like content, because that's what really makes the difference as an artist, okay? To be able to get to that limit and then push beyond. So hopefully that helps. Let's go to the next one. And this is Maribel Ironwind. Nice. What is she? She's some sort of like artificer or something like that. 3 minutes. Okay. 3 minutes. Let me know when there's 1 minute remaining, David, please. So I like it's an interesting composition. I think like using a little bit of depth of field, for instance, here could work. The colors are definitely very bright. It looks like you went for some sort of like hand painted approach or something. The pose, it's just, I love the mask though. Like the design is really good. In this one in particular, Noel, I think that maybe it would have, since it's a very busy like concept, a very busy character, a simple pose is a good way to go, because if you have a very complex pose and a very complex character, it can be a little bit difficult to appreciate the whole thing. But I like her. I like the design that you went for. The Hair of the Fallen Kingdom. Nice. Yeah, this is the first like goblin or monster we have right here. That's nice. I was expecting some monsters as well. Is the course offer available only for the stream? Only for the stream. So you have until like 2 more hours until we're finished. Oh, good stuff here. Foxstar 3D. Nice. Yeah, so for instance, this is a good example, guys, of how Foxart did just the bust of the character, and he still managed to tell a nice story with the character. So good stuff, man. My advice: try to do the full character. Of course, it's a lot more valuable, right, to do a full character. Amy with the Fallen 1. Interesting. Yeah, I like this one. Beauty render, pose or clay render, and example render. Okay, there are some anatomy things that we need to fix. Wings are tricky. Wings are definitely tricky. The conceptual Mary. I know wings can be tricky. Best advice, and this is such a general advice for anything. Whenever you're dealing with something that is very complex, break it down into simple things, guys. Wings, for instance, can be broken down into these elements right here. Look at this: tertiaries, primaries, secondaries, and then a couple of layers. So if you want to do wings, do one wing, duplicate it a bunch of times, and then follow these patterns that we have right here: top view, underside view. Break things down into simple elements, and you're gonna have an easier time generating something that looks realistic and has good foundations. Okay, I think we're about to get to the winner, right? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we got 1 minute for the winner. So, Amy, or the conceptual area for this particular one, I think you could have benefited from breaking down the wings into those patterns, because I can see that over here, they look very, very messy, and sometimes less is more. So you don't need as many wings here on the character if you're going to have something that looks very, very clean, okay? So make sure to take that into account. And let's go for is this the third winner? Yeah, right? It's third winner for today. Right over here, we have 51 seconds to go. There we go. Let's see. Let me answer some questions while we get there. Will the stream be available after it's done? Yes, Leal. We're going to keep this stream available. But one thing, and this is very important, the promotion that we have, my friend, the one of buy one course, get one for free, is only during the duration of this stream. So after the stream is done, no more opportunities there, okay? So just during the duration of the stream, if you get one course, you can get another one for free of the same value or less. Look, my last 3D works. Kidlin, did you submit to the competition, Kidlin? Will there be more challenges? Yes, of course. Of course, we want to do more challenges in the future. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the winner is... Let's take a look at the winner for the third giveaway for today. Let's take a look. It's Gribble. Gribble, that's an amazing name, by the way. Congratulations, Gribble. You are the winner. I hope you're here on YouTube or on Twitch. Congratulations for being the winner of this third one. We're celebrating, as you guys know. Let me make sure I don't get this wrong. There you go. Second year, second anniversary here on the channel. So congratulations, Gribble. You are the winner of a free course of your choosing from our site. Hopefully that helps you in your artistic journey. And Alan was asking, did this 2 years... Does it feel like this 2 years passed fast? Yes, very fast. Like in 2 years, I was able to publish the 10 courses that we have on the site. Some of those courses took a little bit longer, some of them were a little bit faster. And we've grown from 0 subscribers to 50K subscribers, almost 51K now here on YouTube. If you're on YouTube and you're following us, please help us get to our next goal, which is 1K, 100K. Very few 3D channels get to 100K, and it's thanks to you guys and to this amazing community. And yeah, I mean, the fact that I was just doing a mental sort of like recall of all of the things that we've done. We've collaborated with Huyon, we've collaborated with Elegoo, we've collaborated with Marmoset, 3DSK, Topogon, right? We've had 3 contests already. Like, it's just so many things that we've done in just 2 years. I'm beyond like grateful, guys, to all of the support. So thank you for making it possible, and this is why we're doing the giveaways, which we have our 4th giveaway right now. So make sure to jump into our Discord to maybe get another one right here. Amselel Gort, congrats! Thank you, my friend. Thank you for your kind wishes. It's been amazing. It's been amazing. The art community never ceases to amaze me. And I know there's been ups and downs, right? Like, we actually started the channel at the darkest point of the 3D industry right after the pandemic, right? So I'm happy to see that things are getting a little bit better. I know there's still challenges ahead, and there will be challenges all the time, guys. I know right now people are scared about AI and the state of the industry, but believe me, if you ask anyone who has been doing this for a long time, it's something that always happens. There's always things that challenge our industry, challenge our personal beliefs. They challenge like what we're doing. It's part of the process. So we just need to learn how to deal with those things, keep creating, keep working together, helping each other out. I truly believe that one of the best things that we can do as artists is help each other out by giving advice, by helping others, by pointing things out. And that's the way to grow. That's the way to keep our industry alive. So thank you, everyone, for being part of this amazing community. Thank you, of course, to our good friend David here, who's been amazing behind the scenes and here on the spotlight as well, in the chats and in the Discord, making sure that everything is working as intended, while we keep making amazing things here on the channel. So thank you, everyone. It's been quite a ride, but it's all thanks to you. Would you recommend someone like me to stream? Would people be interested in watching my journey to being a better artist? Hey, yeah, who knows? I mean, I've definitely jumped into streams in Twitch. I've definitely jumped into some of the rooms here on our Discord to help others. So definitely, here's the thing, 3D Maniac, you never know until you try. And you might try and it might not work. That's fine. You learn something, you improve, and then you try it again or you try something different. So my advice is just try as many things as you can. There's a very famous quote by Gary Vee. You guys know I really like some of his stuff, and he mentions this, like, we only have one life. Like, we're only going to be in this world for a couple of years, and after that people are going to forget about us, right? So if you have that sort of like very neutral stance on life, just go for it. If you wanna do it like 3D Maniac, if that's something that you want to try, don't do it because you feel forced to do it. Don't do it because everyone else is doing it. Do it because that's something that you want to do. And if you have that, then the odds of being successful are a little bit higher, I would say. And again, you can learn so many things from that. Yeah, Kefkas, I know. It's very easy to get discouraged with all of the things that are happening in the world right now. In a lot of things, right? Like politics, geopolitics, economics. Don't fall for that. Focus on the stuff that you do. Try to find a way to be happy about this and spread that happiness, spread that support, spread that good vibe, because there's so many like negative vibes out there that no one really needs. Like, it's just gonna bring you down. So don't even delve on that. Now we go with Sira Vael, Siren of the Abyssal Wake. Dude, this is good, man. Good execution on the character. It definitely looks like a siren because of the little fins that she has on the head. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. This is also Unreal. Look at how nice the lights on Unreal look. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Quite busy on this part right here. I can see that she has some shackles as well still. But I like this. I like this. Oh, I'm gonna have to hurry up a little because look at how many more we're missing, guys. So I know I wanted to give a little bit of feedback to everyone. I'm just gonna be giving very specific feedbacks if I see something, because otherwise we're never gonna finish, and we're already like 2 hours in. X Gecko says, I just want to say that I took your Oni course 2 weeks ago. I'm still working on it and I really like what I'm doing, and I really hope to be able to send you a render of it, which I'm proud of at the end. Yeah, feel free to share it on the Discord, man. If you share it on the Discord, on the 3D workshop section, you actually get a little flair as well on your name saying that you are an Oni slayer, that you finished the Oni course. Let's see. Nice, nice. Oh, it's a very sad scene though. He's hurt, or she's hurt. He is hurt. Good stuff, man. Oh, he's very hurt, though. It's a very bad wound right there on the leg. Nice. I like this one. Leal. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Go with this one. Got your son, the radish farmer. This is the first cel-shaded one we're saying. Very funny. I love this art style, to be honest. This is one of my sort of like weak points in terms of art styles. I really like when people go very whimsical. Love this one, man. Love this one. Quick little advice. Usually when we're modeling characters, especially if you're going to be going through the production pipeline, the hand is not facing forward. The hand is facing to the inside of the body. This is a little anatomy thing. When the hand is facing up, this is called supination. When the hand is facing down, this is called pronation. And when the hand is facing towards the body, it's called semi-pronation. So we're going from supination to pronation. And this is usually the pose that we sculpt in, because it's easier for riggers to get everything to work. Let's see. Yeah, that's a good one. Let's go with Zulrak, the ancient rage summoner. A summoner, nice. That's not loading. This is by Marconi Bonfin. Nice. I do feel we could have closed up a little bit more on the character as well here to make sure that we really see what's going on. But I like the sculpt. Yeah, there's a lot of detail going. But again, I would like to see a little bit of a close-up shot here to be able to appreciate that stuff. Good stuff, Marconi. Senekia, sorceress of Caer Aurelia. Nice. Okay, so this is a very important one, my friend, and it's very obvious. We are missing a very important muscle here, which is the deltoid. Not the deltoid, sorry, the trapezius muscle. So the neck, very common mistake that people make. Neck should be very straight, guys. Very, very straight, okay? And then from roughly midway down the point, that's when we have the muscle that goes towards the shoulder. So we see a little bit of the straight neck right here, and then the shoulder muscle right there. back part of the shoulder muscles. That's, I would say, a very important anatomy issue that we have right there. Everything else looks interesting. The cloth, you did a good job here with the wrinkles. I like the pose even. Like, she looks very weird, right? Like very undeadish. But it's an interesting one. It's just the neck there is getting broken quite a bit. So it's a little bit of anatomy stuff that we need to improve. And also for the cloth, just clean up some of the stuff. Good stuff there, Sidiot. Let's go with Stringler, a Jeweler Goblin. Nice. Too dark. Again, we've been saying this quite a bit, my friends. When you're presenting a render, one of the first things that you want people to be able to do is to see the render. So add more light, man. Add more light here. Like, your clay render has more light than the main render. So let's work a little bit more on that, and of course on the fundamentals of the piece. One thing that you need to understand, and this is for everyone, of course, not everything has to be modeled from a same piece. I can see that, for instance, on the backpack, you're modeling or trying to model the backpack with just a single block of clay. You can split it up into multiple elements, and not everything has to be sculpted. You can also model things. Okay, now we go with Vavnik, the Smuggler's Homecoming. Cool. I like the presentation. Again, a little bit on the dark side, but I like how you went for this Dutch angle on the camera. That's interesting. Crossbow right there. Yeah, good stuff, man. Good stuff. Careful with the armor. Armor can have this effect where it looks very thin. Like the breastplate right now looks like paper or cardboard. We need to be a little bit careful with that kind of stuff, because otherwise it doesn't look as strong. Xena Valkyra, Warlord of... Oh, dude, look at this presentation here. Good stuff, man. Oh, this looks nice. I like the contrast that we have here on the armor, like the gold trims and the negative shapes. Good stuff. She definitely looks a little bit like a Githyanki, right, from D&D. Good stuff, man. Yeah, look at this. This is... what happened here? No, that's work with indies. We don't want to work with indies right now. We definitely, that's a server that I strongly recommend that everyone joins. Work with indies. They constantly announce when they have like openings for indie studios. So that's a good one. So look at this one. This is a great example of how much texture and light can improve your piece, because the model is fine, but there's definitely not a lot of detail, right? Like, detail is relatively low in terms of the sculpted of the character. But once you add in the colors, the information, the light, the, I don't know, ambient occlusion and all that stuff, it really pushes it to the next level, right? Great stuff, Alex. Great stuff. Love it. Love that one right there. Let's go now to... Oh, that was Alex G. There we go. Now we go with Sister Elaria Sunville. Nice. Another clean one. Good stuff on the face there, Pedro. Good stuff. I love the magic effect right there. This is post-production, of course, but I love it. Usually with magic, I do recommend keeping the intensity quite high. Quite high. Because it's supposed to be something that's glowing, right? It shouldn't be vanishing. So I would change the glow of this ring to this intensity right here. But yeah, I really like this one. Yeah, very clean. Look at the folds of the cloth. I'm not sure if you use Marvelous. It definitely looks like it. But the pose and everything, really clean. Really nice. Good stuff in this one. Good stuff. Diego says, I have to leave for now, but it's been a blast. I love participating in the contest. Pretty nerve-wracking, but really fun. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Diego. And thank you, Polar Bird, for the sub, man. Welcome here to the stream if it's the first time. Yeah, I'm glad you liked it, Diego. It's that's the fun thing about contests, right? Like, you get to learn, you get to see what other people are doing, learn from them as well. It's just a good opportunity. Let's take a look at this one. Oh, this one looks cool. This is Sasanos, the Royal Hunter. Nice. Great sculpt, man. Clement. Great sculpt, my friend. Love the armor. Love the Bloodhound there, or the Darkhound, or whatever that is. Yep. Good stuff, man. Presentation. Let's just do... I would have loved to see this with a clay render presentation. In the portfolio workshop, guys, and this is why I strongly encourage you check it out here. In the portfolio workshop render, there is a render... Because I show you how to do clay renders. Here. I think I have one right here. Do I? Yeah, look at this. So in that course, it's a free course. Just take it. Even if you're just a ZBrush user and you just like to do sculpting, it's very easy to do the render inside of Blender, and it's free. And I show you how to do all of these renders right here. Wireframe renders and the clay render especially, I think it's really helpful because it makes certain things pop out way more, right? Like thin elements look a little bit more interesting, and it just looks cleaner. So if you haven't taken that one, Clement, take it. I would recommend you take it because you can get another like very nice clay render for this character and have it on your portfolio. This is a great sculpt. This will be a great collectible as well. If you have a friend of yours who can 3D print this for you, like in big scale, oh, that would look very cool too. Yes, Bobsy, I'm reviewing we're doing a lot of stuff today, Bobsy. First of all, we're reviewing all of the submissions for the contest. We are giving away some free courses to celebrate our 2nd anniversary right here. And we are also having a promotion on the site. So if there's a course that you've been wanting to get, we have a buy one, get one for free. So you buy one course and you can get any of the other courses of the same price or below for free. So you just need to send me a message or an email with the course that you got and the one that you want. And you can get a 2-for-1. So cool little promotion that we have going on right now. We got Fair, Lieutenant Plinio, a brave the Gossipline. Nice. The only thing here, my friend, is you missed. Oh, interesting. That's a sneaky entry here. But you did a presentation render with a little bit of a story. I'm just gonna let this one slide because of the originality of it. Because this is a very original way to present the character. No one has done this before, and that's good because it's gonna give you a couple of extra points there because it's just very original, man. Yeah, it's an interesting way to present. So that's your presentation render. That's your I'm original Ave. There you go. Love that one. And the clay render. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. I do feel like the skin looks a little bit too jerky. Is that the word? Like I don't know. Like it looks a little bit like a zombie, if you know what I mean. Like the amount of fat that we have, it's very low, and it looks very leathery. But other than that, it's a cool character. The Gossipline, nice. Yeah, very dry, right? Very dry. Let's go to the next one. Etienne, the mythical songstress. Nice. I saw this one as well. This reminds me quite a bit of the girl from Final Fantasy VII. What's her name? I always forget about her name. Aerith? Is that Aerith? Very clean sculpt here by Sarah. Good stuff. I love it. Really nice. Clean pose. Clean sculpt. Yeah. Great entry here. Great entry. Very cute. I agree. Very cute. And we don't have a lot of female characters, so I'm happy to see more of this representation as well. Let's go with Bromir, Snake Tongue. Take a look. Nice. You went for like a hand-painted style for this one. Oh, very creepy. Very creepy character. I love the bag right there, eating the coins like a mimic or something. Yeah. This one I would recommend doing, again, a little bit more form, guys. Form, I always mention this, and I'm just going to do a quick draw over here. Form is how we have the muscles interacting with the rest of the arms, right? So, for instance, if we make the shoulder a little bit more round right here, and then we make the elbow a little bit more pointy right there, right? See how much it changes the perception of the character. For instance, over here we have a very important muscle called the brachioradialis. We cover this in the anatomy course and in the Oni course as well. And you can change the silhouette of the arm a little bit, probably more like this. That. Then a little bit more silhouette here on the inside as well. Right? See how that arm looks a little bit stronger. Right now it's a very quick paint over, but hopefully you can see how that silhouette can really make the character look a little bit more interesting instead of having a complete smooth line going from the center all the way out. Yeah, I like the style. The hand-painted style, it's cool, right, Alan? Hand-painted is a style that I really like doing. It's very fun, and you can get some really nice results. Normally, I would recommend doing hand-painted style with 3D Coat because 3D Coat is better for that kind of stuff. But hand-painted is it's something that's been getting a lot of traction in the last couple of years as well. You guys have probably seen this, where there's more games and more productions like Arcane, where they realize that realism is cool, but stylization is also quite cool. So if you do a stylization the right way, you can get some really nice results. And digital painting, like just like painting on top of the 3D models, such a fun process. Let's go to Princess Aurelia. Oh, we got Princess Aurelia here. Oh, wow. Damn. Alexandros. Dude. Damn, man. This is really cool. Princess Aurelia. You went for the vibe. You're like, I'm going to do the princess. I'm not going to go with some low-born citizen of this city. I'm going to go to the top levels. Dude, this is really good. This looks like an illustration from like a Magic the Gathering card. Like, this is so good, dude. Really nice. Really, really nice. Oh, love the dress, man. Dude, this is so clean. Awesome, dude. Alexandros. This is top level, man. Definitely top level. I even love the little composition that you did here. She looks like an angel or something. I don't know. Like very mystical. Very, very mystical. Love this one, man. Love this one. Awesome. Michelangelo flexing on us mortals. Yeah. Right? Yeah, definitely looks like a shot from a cinematic. Like even in Elden Ring, it also gives me a little bit of Elden Ring vibes. You know, the cinematic at the beginning where they're telling you about all of the different characters, and there's like some shots. It looks very Renaissance-like. I don't know. Very cool, man. Awesome stuff. Jackman, the Mad Doctor. Hey, this one looks familiar. It seems close to the one that we did for the Marvel's Designer course. You would benefit quite a bit. This nuts. Really, dude? That's your username? This nuts? It's a fun one. Yeah, cool stuff, man. Cool stuff on this one. Definitely, like, the cloth definitely looks lumpy, right? Like, if we take a look at this and we compare it to some of the stuff that we've seen from Marvel's Designer, you can definitely tell that the cloth looks lumpy. But I like the idea. The idea of the character is fine. It's just the execution of the cloth definitely could be improved with more realistic stuff. Let's go now with Elaris Thorn, the Storm's daughter. Oh, yeah, I remember seeing this one. This one reminds me a lot of, like, Fortnite, right? Like, has a lot of Fortnite vibes. Good stuff. Good stuff as well. Love the vase. This looks like a character from D&D as well. And I love the execution. Very cartoony, right? Very nice. But really, really cool. I also saw a lot of the works in progress for this one by Mrs. Spawn. 96. Good stuff. Good stuff on this one. I like it. Aquatic vibes as well. Let's go with Thren Avira, Queen of the Soul Loom. Wow, this is very complex. Very, very complex. Went for a lot of detail on this thing, man. Good stuff. You know what? This one has a Silencio. It actually gives me sort of like an Indian vibe, right? We have a lot of Indian students here, and I've seen this sort of like a very over-the-top, filled with detailed characters in some of the iconography from there. So this looks very, very nice. Is that a baby in her hand? Is that a baby? Kind of looks like a baby, right? That's very creepy. Definitely part of the dark side of the city, right? But yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool. The Collector. Take a look at the Collector here. Oh, this is very creepy too, man. You guys are going for some creepy stuff. You guys need to get some professional help. Yeah, this is really creepy, man. I could definitely see this monster or this creature. Oh, I mean, this is definitely a character, right? But it's like a character monster thingy, exploring the underground and trying to find some treasures or selling you some special weapons that he found on the dark sides of the city. Le Creatura. Yeah, good stuff, man. By Sketcherdas. Take a look at Masakan, the last light of the Lakeborn. Nice, nice. Another axolotl, more epic one. Careful again here, Alancito, with the darkness of the scene. It's a little bit difficult to appreciate the character. It looks very, very dark. Dark scenes are tricky. Yeah, the clay render gives me way more information about the character. Oh, you're also using the Majohuitl, right? Like the Mexican like sword thingy. Yeah, good stuff, man. Good stuff. I like the pose. Very sort of like, it looks like well placed, right? Like it doesn't look like he's falling over or anything. And the anatomy is looking quite nice, man. Quite nice. Alan Castillo says, definitely a challenge for me, but I love trying. Yeah, no, then that's the important thing about the contest, like being able to try this kind of stuff. The Cartographer. Oh, that's a creepy one. Hopefully there's no nudity here. By Sep 3D. He's drawing maps on top of his body, like Prison Break. Interesting one. Yeah, that's a funny one. Quite unique. Quite unique. Forms again, man. Forms definitely need to be improved, especially in the face. I'm having a little bit of a trouble finding some information there. He definitely looks crazy though. Quite crazy. There you go. Let's go to the next one. Kashian, the Phantom Assassin. Oh, I love this one right here. Is he the same one? Is it the same dude? See that works? Are you here in the chat? Because if he has like 2 personalities, that's crazy, man. That's cool. You did a good job on this one. I can see that this is a ZBrush render because of the materials. It's very easy to tell when the materials are done from ZBrush or if they're like actual materials in Substance or something. But I like it. This pose right here, very menacing. I could definitely see that as a villain on a fantasy game. Yeah. So you technically did 2 characters because you did the sort of like political version, right? Like the politician or the mastermind version, and then the actual assassin. I love the mask as well. Yeah, reminds me of Doctor Doom quite a bit. A little bit too dark here, but good stuff, man. Good stuff. See, that works. Good stuff. Lida. Nice. Oh, this is a very clean one as well. Very clean character. I can see a lot of techniques being used. Nice. T-pose, clean T-pose. Did you do the full process? Did you finish like UVs and texture and everything? I would just work a little bit more maybe on the textures on this one, Adam, because it's a very clean character. It definitely looks like the beginning part of the adventure as well. Like maybe she's just starting her adventure and that's why she doesn't have any like fancy things. But the construction of the whole thing is really, really nice. Ignacio Bartolome says, my friend, I have a basic question. Is it better to have a portfolio with only personal projects, or can you have fan art or character inspired franchise? You can have fan arts, it's fine, but if you're going to be doing fan arts, I always mention that fan arts are like a double-edged sword, right? Fan arts are fine because they're going to give you a lot of points because people are going to recognize them very quickly. But if you don't do a good execution, people are going to be comparing that to the actual, like the one that's on the game or on the movie. And if you're not close to that level of quality, it will take points out. Like people are going to be like, oh, it's a cheap copy of the original one, right? So fan arts are fine, but you need to execute them at a really good level. That would be my advice. Gamgee, there you go. Yeah, good stuff, Adam. This looks very, very nice. I would really like if it's 80% full pipeline. That's awesome. I would just add a little bit more variation on the textures because again they look very similar all the way around. But other than that, you have some really, really cool stuff right here. This could be a portfolio piece. No problem. And we go with Varrock. Oh, there we go. See, like this one, right? Like this one immediately reminds us of World of Warcraft, like this orc elements. But it's in a really good execution. The execution is looking quite nice. He looks a little bit like Garrosh. Not exactly like him, but he looks quite there. Also reminds me a little bit of Thyros, the character that I did. But yeah, good stuff, man. This is good. I would just try to do a more interesting pose. There you go. Marmoset there. Hugin. A more interesting pose could benefit the character a little bit more. Maybe just like one arm being raised to the top and having like a strong hold on the weapon. That could be really interesting. The Collector. Okay, this is another one that got reposted, right? I think it's the same one that we just checked. So I'm just going to delete that one. The Collector fixed. Let's also delete that one. There we go. Now we go with Jutan, the Monk Warrior. Oh, I love this. Love this style. This reminds me now of like a Borderlands. Like the tank from the original Borderlands. He was very top heavy. Or was it in the sequel? Don't remember. Reminds me a little bit of Fortnite. Reminds me a little bit of Overwatch. Cool stuff, man. Cool stuff on this one. I would probably just blur out the background more. Again, we don't need to have all of this information when the most important thing is the character. The sculpt is good. I would encourage you to finish this one as well. Make it game ready. He does look a little bit top heavy, but due to the stylization, it works. Works. That is the Prince of Caer Aurelia. Oh, so we already have the princess. Now this is the prince. Let's take a look at this. Nice. Another really stylized character. I love the proportions. And I love the mustache. It reminds me a lot of... yeah, this looks like a type of... a part of the CD that's a little bit more Eastern, right? There we go. Good stuff, man. Good anatomy. I would just try to work a little bit more on the detail of the cloth for this one. Because you have a very cool character here. I really like this one. But for instance, I would expect to see, you know, how there's like usually a border on these things. Maybe another trim right here with a couple of wrinkles. Like that kind of stuff. Does that make sense? Like just some stitching, and some borders on the cloth to really make it a little bit more interesting. We talked about this quite a bit on the Marvelous course on how to really construct cloth that looks more realistic and not just like flat planes. But this one's cool, man. Good stuff. Interesting choice going with a black and white composition here. Let's go to the next one, the Magistrate. Nice, another crocodile character. Yeah, this looks nice, man. Nice painting style. Interesting character. Reminds me a little bit of like Jabba the Hutt, right? Like that kind of vibe. Like he's got a lot of power and he's very fat and always just taking advantage of the little guys. Good, good. Let's work again on forms, anatomy, proportions, and a little bit more light. Moody, the Herbalist. Hey, I've seen this kind of like goblin style more and more in the last couple of years. I think it happened because of one of the first characters like this was the guy from Critical Role, right? Like Sam was playing a goblin on season 2. If I'm not mistaken, her name was Not. Was it Not? And she had this kind of like a lot of the fan art that people were drawing was in this kind of like vibe. Really cool, man. Really whimsical. I love this. Good stuff. Yeah, very cute. Very, very cute. Yeah, cute stuff is also good, guys. You don't always need to go for intense stuff. Oh, this is cool, man. Whose is this? Hilgent. Nice. The Black Cat. Awesome. Look, yeah, this is a perfect example of how to incorporate a simple design into the whole story of the character. Look at that. The little cat ears right there. Hey, the Binosaurus is right here. That was yours, right? Like the goblin. Awesome stuff, man. One thing I would encourage you to do, try to find someone close to you who has a 3D printer. This would look amazing as a 3D printed figure, like a pop like size or something like that. It would look really, really cool. And this one is looking quite nice as well. Love the presentation like shot. Really cool presentation shot. Really nice full shot right there for the clay render. Yeah, amazing stuff. Amazing stuff, my friend. This looks very, very nice. Love it. Go with Merlon the Builder. Nice. Okay, this is a little bit more simple. Again, thank you, Jap, for being part of the contest. I know that, especially if we're in the learning stages of our 3D journey, all of these things can be challenging. Good stuff. Let's try for the next one. I would recommend you try to add more like props, more things to the character. Props and accessories to a character can really help tell a story, and it's one of those things that can it can be relatively easy to do, and it can add a lot of information. The Tomb Hunter Veer. Okay. I would soften the shadow if possible, just to not have super harsh shadow here on the wall. Good stuff. Is this like a tabaxi? Kind of looks like a tabaxi. Nice, nice. Sculpt is nice, man. And I like the pose. I would just clean up the textures a little bit more on this one. Bagrat Govlin. Another simple one. Let's work on the fundamentals, my friends. Muni Senator. Thank you again for submitting. This is fun. It's a fun one, and I can definitely tell that you're again on the beginning stages of your journey. The best advice that I can give you, Money, is the Oni course. That's one of our best sellers here on the site, and especially if you want to get into characters, it will teach you a lot of important information about how to build a character that looks very interesting. The fun thing about this one is that we don't even do any texturing in Substance. We don't have UVs. This is just polypaint, and even with just polypaint, you can get a very, very nice presentation on your character. So if you want to take sculpting seriously, Muni, that one right there, very, very good one to start with. And we have a winner. The winner is Raz RGG5. Raz RGG5, hopefully you are here as well on Twitch or on YouTube watching, because you are now the proud owner of one course of your picking. Okay, congratulations, my friend. Congrats. And we're gonna be setting the next one in a couple of minutes. Okay, we'll let you guys know as soon as that is set up. So let's continue working on the submissions here. Are we halfway through, or are we not there yet? Oh, so many submissions, my friends. So many submissions. No, I'll explain how we're gonna be handling the grading system on this time, because there's so many submissions and it would take forever to go through all of them. Okay, so I'll explain that at the very end. Axolotl, this one, there's nothing. Let's delete that. Mayari, Doubter of the Tide. Let's take a look. Hey, this is really good. Really good execution on the character as well by JC Abonala. Good stuff. I got like 93 left still. Oh man, I need to really hurry up. Yeah, we're gonna have to hurry up because otherwise I'm gonna be here forever. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Oh, I love this clay render. Really clean clay render. Awesome, man. Yeah. Hopefully this is game ready, because if it is, man, this is portfolio piece. Portfolio piece completely. You know what I would do here? I would just cut the water and get rid of the background. Push it a little bit more on the character so that we can really see all of the amazing textures that you did, because it's a really, really good one. Will there be a section for us to explain how we develop our submission, to talk about the technical side, like techniques and softwares? I mean, you guys can do that on the Event Whips channel, but you can also do this on your submissions. So down here, if you want to like add more information, feel free to do that. Like once this is submitted, you can comment and add any other stuff right here. You can add more pictures as well now, because we already have the ones over here. So nah, I don't have 93 laps. Oh my god. I have a lot left, but not 93. I don't think it's 93. Okay, we're gonna have to pick this up, guys, because again, otherwise I'm gonna be here forever. So I'm just gonna be taking a look at the beauty renders real quickly, and move on to the next one. Okay, I'm gonna give a shout out to the user. So this is Jurga with Bishop Kailux Dawnbringer. Creepy stuff. Like it. Is he like a priest? He definitely looks like a priest or something, maybe doing some vigilante stuff in the nights. Oh, that's interesting. This is Kanshaf If Hakim, the healer, by Artem Poshka. There you go, with all of the images. Nice. Love the cell shaded style, man. Great style right here. Yes. Now, after we're done with the submissions, if I already gone through yours, that one 3D artist, you can do that. But after the submissions, you can add that, okay? There we go. Yeah, this is cool, man. Cool stuff. Love the sculpt as well. Very clean. Very clean. This one would benefit so much from a hand-painted approach, to be honest, because we have so many clean planes. Nice. Let's now go with a Revenant Assassin Ruath by El Arnul Frost. Oh, this is very trippy. I'm guessing he is like being consumed by this dark being. Good stuff, man. Let's work on the clots a little bit more. Let's work on this thing right there. But yeah, good stuff. The Nun of the Silent Veil. This looks very horror movie. Oh man, that's so creepy. Good execution on the creepiness, man. Good execution on the creepiness. This is by Eudaimonia. Fritz, the rightful heir. Nice. Yeah, I love these characters. Like the beginning stage of any character is always a fun thing to explore. And that's a very big sword right there for Fritz. He must be really strong. Is it a he or a she? Her. It's a she. So yeah, that's a very big sword though. That's a very crazy sword. I don't know how she swings that thing around, but that could be a very interesting animation challenge. Good stuff. I like the crown on the... Oh, this one is really good, man. Marlene the Sorceress. Very fantasy-like, right? Like usually, I don't know why this is. I guess it's part of like the cliche of the genre. But usually, female characters tend to be a little bit over-sexualized, right? Like very high dresses there on the leg, the cleavage, that kind of stuff. That it sells for a reason, right? It sells for a reason. This looks very nice, man. I like it. Good composition here, good story. Maybe a little bit too much, you know, like shit going on, sparks and smoke and fire in the ring. Maybe a little bit too much, but everything else looks very nice on the construction of the character. It's a really nicely clean character, nice constructed character. This is by Raser. Oh, that's... Did you win? You win, right? You won. Was it Racer? Racer GG? I think you did win. Pretty sure you are the winner. Yeah, there you go. Nice. That's awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a personal opinion here, Racer G. Since you won, I would probably recommend you get Oh man, that's a tricky one. Maybe the marmoset course, to be honest. I think the marmoset course would be it would be the best one, because you could present this without that much post-production by using the techniques that we have inside of marmoset. But you pick the course. This is just my advice of the tool that I think could help you the most, because you already have a good handle on sculpting, and it seems you already have a good handle on Marvelous Designer as well. It seems like you use Marvelous Designer. If not, that's another one that could be a good pick for you. So yeah, there you go. Is this your marriage anniversary or channel? No. This is my channel anniversary, 2-year anniversary here on the channel. Marriage, we just had our 6th year anniversary. Oh, my wife is gonna kill me if I forget. Yeah, it was 6th year. It's on earlier this year. So yeah, that's 6 years there. Oh, okay, all in Blender. Well, if you did all in Blender, then I would probably recommend Marvelous Designer. It's a great add-on that can support your Blender work, or ZBrush if you want to make the jump to ZBrush. But since you have a good handle of the sculpting here inside of Blender, you can definitely just keep doing that in Blender. Awesome, my friend. Yeah, wife enters the chat. No. No, she's amazing. It's thanks to her that we can do this as well, because she took the leap of faith with me 2 years ago when we decided to start this channel. It's like, hey, we might suffer a couple of months while we get things running, so economy might not be great for a little bit, but then hey, here we are. Things are working amazingly. Karuf the Farsight. Nice, another creepy monster. This one has 6 arms. 6 arms. It's nice. Yeah, I could definitely find this guy in the outside of Cairo Aurelia, giving you some information for money, right? Now we go with Halar, the King of the Port by Alguaz. Nice. Very Mediterranean, right? A little bit Eastern as well. That's cool. That's cool. I don't know why we tend to again, at least in fantasy, when we think about port cities, we tend to go with this ones right here, right? Like I don't know. I feel like that's a common trope as well in fantasy, where port cities or traveler cities, merchant cities, we tend to relate them a lot with this type of like Eastern cultures, which is cool. I'm not against that. Finding it funny. Good stuff, man. This one is by Alwas. Wolfgirl says, congrats on the 2-year anniversary of the channel. Thank you, Wolfgirl. Thank you for all the support. Yeah, we definitely want to visit Europe soon. Hopefully in the next couple of years, as long as World War III doesn't start. We would love to visit some parts in Europe. Oh, Sarael, dude. My God, Panutat. Good stuff here on the armor, dude. Wow. Yeah, you did a great job. Oh, I know how time-consuming this can be. This definitely takes time, man. I know you did not do this in like 2 days. Definitely took you like the full month, probably. Good stuff, man. Great stuff. And great presentation. Even though you didn't do like a render outside of ZBrush, you just used ZBrush tools, it still give you a really nice detail. Great stuff. I love that knight. Nice. People's Plaza bakery owner. Nice. We definitely need to work on the anatomy, Pata. Some of these muscles are way too exaggerated, but I love what you did right here with the little story. Yeah. Keep working, man. This is a cool idea. We just need to polish it with more fundamentals, okay? Raske Whittail, jack of all trades. Let's take a look. Hey, nice. Another furry character, another tabaxi. This is a very complex scene, man. You added a lot of stuff. Have the full environment here. Yeah, this is very wholesome as well. He's not eating the cannery. That's funny. Yeah, good stuff, man. Wow, look at the amount of stuff that we have on the scene. Yeah. Now, here, I would just play a little bit with maybe a vignette or something. Maybe darken some of the lights on the background so that we give a little bit more importance to the character. But good entry, man. Good entry. Amy, the following one. We already saw that one. Eli and the last words of the future. Nice. Very simple, peaceful scene here with the character. Cool. I would like to see a little bit more flow on the cape, though. This is by Brian P. Good stuff, Brian. Tricky Birds. Atom Kwan, thanks for the follow, man. Thanks for the follow. King Junior now. Oh, I think this is the first king. We already got the princess, right? Was it the princess of Aurelia? Aurelia, the princess. Now we got the king. Is he like a half orc? He looks mean, dude. He looks like Joffrey from Game of Thrones. I don't think he's a good king. I don't think he's a fair king. He looks like a tough king there. Good stuff there by Julek. I misunderstood the clay render. I didn't do a 360 clay render. I thought it was just a simple render shot. We'll be sorry. Some allergies. Give me 1 second, guys. There we go. So that's your King Junior, the Babu. Good stuff, man. I like it. Again, I don't see him as a friendly king though. I don't wanna make him angry. So yeah, we figured out, or we saw some things on the instructions or on the rules of the contest that we need to clarify for like future contests. So we're keeping a little bit of what's the word? We're not gonna be as strict to disqualify some people right now. Like we haven't had any disqualification, so don't worry about that. But next time we are gonna be we're gonna clarify more stuff to make sure that we don't get any of these issues. Okay. Okay, let's go now with Thisale, Dark Hope. Yes, we're gonna have one more giveaway in just a little bit, Pencil Load. I just need to wait for David to set it up. He's gonna set it up in just a little bit, okay? So this is by Fran43CG. There we go. Nice, nice. Is she like a satire? Yeah, she is. Nice, nice. Let's work a little bit more on the anatomy and some of the shaders stuff as well, Fran. But good stuff. Good stuff here. Cronus, the Inkip. Oh, I really like this one. I really like this one. Very nice, very stylish. I can see the healing elements, healing potion or healing broth and breath. Love the little guy right there. Good stuff. This is by Amselel Gort. Ah, you were here on the chat, my friend. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Thank you, Casey. Thank you. Yeah, get some lunch. Thank you for your submission as well. Amazing submission. Have a good one. Yeah, I really like this one as well. Amselel Gort. Good stuff, man. Merrick Stouthelm. The first, this is the first halfling that we get. Awesome. Yeah, we haven't had a halfling just yet. Nice. Yeah, good stuff, man. Good stuff. This is by Bid. No, we're a little bit more than half. We're a little bit more than half. Mancinella, the Triad. Oh, this is very pretty. See, female faces are tricky, guys. Female faces are definitely tricky. Jacob. Is that Jacob? Yeah. Dude, that face, good stuff. I would just add a little bit more light to the scene because it feels a little bit dark. But I love it, man. Good stuff, man. Yeah, the colors, the composition. It's just a little bit more light, but I really like this one. Let's go with Jorlen, the Unbirthed. Nice. Nice. Oh, wow. Very creepy. Another creepy undead, like Hierophant or Priest or something. This is by Bubonia. Good stuff, man. In good composition. You managed to get some nice colors in there. I love it. Now we go with Maya, the Dungeon Witch. Oh, what race is her? I'm not sure what her race is. Kind of looks like Nightcrawler. Good stuff. Nice. Nataya, the Repentant Druid. A druid in the middle of the transformation. Cool. David, are you there, my friend? Are we doing one more giveaway? I'm pretty sure we were doing one more in a couple of minutes. Making sure. Just making sure. Let's see. Did I miss a question? No, I don't think I missed a question. Okay, let's go to the next one. Oh, wow. What is this? This is interesting. Interesting concept. I'm not sure what this arm is doing right there. Is it like a companion that's floating there? I'm doing so great so far. Yeah, I know, man. It's Yeah, I'm trying to keep the energy going, just to make sure that we can go through everyone and everyone gets a shot at the spotlight. This is by Dimitro. Okay, it definitely looks a little bit lumpy in certain areas. I like the sort of like wheel and the candle design that you went for. I would just clean some of the elements. So just clean some of the sculpt so that it doesn't look as mushy. Lira, Guardian of the Dimension. Nice, nice. Another dark character. I love this glowy halo things that you guys are adding to some of the characters. Looks very interesting. Careful with the flowiness of the cape, though. Oh, I love this composition here. You use Marmoset. Oh, love it. Like this breakdown here. Good stuff. I love Marmoset. I was about to open Marmoset, but I think I left open the project that I'm working on for the next course, and I don't want to spoil it. And it's like the final presentation, so I will be like the big spoiler right there. So it will not be a spoiler; it will be like the reveal. So not gonna do that. Not gonna do that today. Dithra, Spear Maiden of Farendel. Interesting. I've never seen this one before, to be honest. Cyberfox. That's a really interesting creature because this is like a quadruped rabbit, right? So it's like a rabbit folk with mixed with like a centaur. Really interesting. Nice execution there. Original. I'm gonna give you some original points right there, Cyberfox, because yeah, no, I can tell it took you some time because it's a tricky situation there. It's a tricky situation. Spoil it, spoil it. No, guys. I'm really happy with the core so far, and I don't want to spoil it, but we are gonna be teasing it in the next couple of days. Don't worry. Assassin of Adre. I'm here now. I was here for Natael, but then my app crashed. Natael, you just missed a couple, man. You just missed Alika, here, the Inquisitor, and you missed Alira. This one right here. By the way, guys, if you want to go and check and comment, you can do that. It's on the event submissions right there. Ulsuin, a cheap mage for hire. Looks a little bit more modern. That's cool. This is by Smilecat. Nice, nice. Full character. Full characters are always something to celebrate because they're difficult to make. Making a full character is tricky. Can't comment anymore? Who can't comment anymore? Give us a bit of a clue about the course. Give us a little bit of a clue about the course. What can I say about the course that's not going to spoil it, but it's going to hype you guys up a little bit? It's an intermediate course. I can say that. It's an intermediate course. It's an intermediate course, meaning that we will be doing a lot of stuff. We will be using several softwares, and it is expected that you know basic stuff about the process. We will still cover the basics of the different processes, right? It is full pipeline. I can spoil and I can say that it is full pipeline. So we go from absolutely zero, literally a sphere inside of a ZBrush, and we go until the very end of the process. So it's full pipeline. I think I've spoiled this before. I can say that it is a character. We're going to be doing a character. That's another little clue that I can say. It's full pipeline. It's a character. So it is expected that you know how to work in ZBrush. It is expected that you know about some texturing stuff. It is expected that you know about some UV stuff, okay? And since that is expected, if you want to get ready for that course, you can make good use of today's promotion, right? And get, for instance, the Oni course. That's a great foundational thing for this course that we're going to be doing. Or you could get like the Substance course or like the Marmoset course. Any of those courses is going to help you with the stuff that we're going to be working on the stuff, okay? On the new course. Marmoset is involved? Yes. Yes, it is in both. Marmoset is in both. We're going to be using Marmoset. We're going to be using a lot of softwares. One thing that I do mention during the course is that if you don't have all of the softwares, you can replace some of the elements, right? So for instance, I can tell you, we're going to be doing bakes inside of Marmoset, but if you don't have Marmoset, I do have a lesson where I show you how to do the bakes inside of Substance, for instance. If you don't have ZBrush and you want to sculpt inside of Blender, you can totally do that. If you don't have some of the softwares to do, for instance, retopology, you can do it in another one. So the techniques are sort of like software agnostic, but I will be jumping between the different softwares. I wish the course will be revealed in my dreams tonight. Celestialis is guessing for a game-ready female character. Maybe. No, don't worry. If you don't use Marmoset, you don't need Marmoset, but we will be using it on the course. So that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say about the course. It is full pipeline. It is full pipeline, and that's something that people have been asking for.
We even include rigging. Can you believe that? We are even going to be rigging the character a little bit. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. That's all I can tell you. And we're going to be showing that later on, okay? The next couple of weeks, we're going to be showing this. We just need to wait for the winners of our contest to be announced. And then we'll jump into the next stage here in the channel. Let's go. So, Milena, Dali Bryan's daughter by Furtax. Nice. I like the post. Really, this... I'm going to make a good mention of this one here, Furtax. This is a really good use of composition. Foreground, midground, background. Like just that rule, foreground, midground, background, it's an excellent way to give more depth to a scene. And this right here, really good decision. There we go. Nice. Yeah, nice. Awesome. Awesome. Perubius the Omnipotent. Oh, I really like the face of this character. Nice stuff. I like the magical arms as well. Cool, cool. This is by The Aging Untouchable. Good stuff, man. Very original. I like the tentacles right there. Sort of like feels like a warlock. Love that about the courses. I'm doing the anatomy course right now in Blender, and it's still easy to follow along. Yeah, I try to make my course. Well, here's the secret, guys. And well, it's not a secret, but here's my thought process when we're creating a course, and that's why I think you guys like them so much, and you guys support this so much. I teach the tools, of course. I teach the softwares. I teach the buttons and the macros and things like that. But hopefully I've been able to properly transmit the fundamentals of the process, so that if you learn something from the course and you're not using the exact same software, if you learn the fundamentals that we explore, you can translate that to any software out there. Like, I'm not sure if we're going to be using ZBrush 20 years from now, but all of the things that I teach about form, anatomy, construction, silhouette, negative shapes, positive shapes, details, and all of those elements can be translated to whatever sculpting tool you use in 20 years. So anything that we teach about texturing can be used in any other tool. It's the fun, like at least I find that to be the most important thing about learning, understanding the why we do the things that we do. Because if you understand that, you can translate that to any other medium, any other software. It's just a matter of learning the actual sort of like technical tools, right? But the fundamentals and the principles, those are the most important things that I always like to share. And I can say, that's another little thing, we're going to be talking about some very, very cool topics on the next course that I have not covered before. And we're going to be going, again, to the fundamentals of those topics. So, yeah, it's going to be fun. Does the Oni course cover what to do when decimating doesn't work? Yes. Yes, I show you a couple of like solutions when things are very thin or when you have holes or things like that. I do believe we cover that at the end of the Oni course. Let's see. Go to the next one. This is Drusilla, Pale Vagabond. Nice, nice. Oh, wow. I really like the tail there. You did a very cool thing there with the hair. That's interesting. Good stuff here by Rome. Oh, I really like this composition right here by Blink Page. What's the name of this one? Scripture Bound. One of many who knows. Nice. I'm guessing he's carrying some information and he needs to, I don't know, just roam around the city. Cool stuff, man. Really, you did a really good job of this composition. Again, it looks like a shot, right, from a cinematic or something like that in terms of the composition. In terms of some of the quality stuff, I could like help you out a little bit more with anatomy and texture to make sure that it looks a little bit nicer, but I really like this one right here. It's like how people argue about using Maya or Blender. As long as you know how to do 3D, you can do it in either program. Exactly, exactly. Custom meta-human character, I'm sure that's the next course. No, that's not it. I like metahumans, don't get me wrong. They're like a really cool tool, but I enjoy making things from scratch way more. Cetalith, one of the flame colors. Nice. Oh, I love the design that you went there for the dress here, Karim. Good stuff, good stuff. Yeah, look at that. I love seeing these breakdowns because it shows how people handle different things, right? Look at the organization there. Lights, character, left cultist, right cultist, and the environment. Everything nicely organized to be able to play around with the composition. I'm joking, but if for some reason my shot is right, I'll buy for sure. Now, I'll talk about MetaHuman on the channel, on the YouTube channel in the next couple of weeks. Don't worry. I just bought the Anatomy and Oni course. There you go, Matt Crafter. Awesome. Thanks for the support. Are you covering chain sort of objects? It's too hard to retopo them for games. You don't retopo chains. That's the secret I'm on. If you're doing chains or ropes, you do them low poly, and that's it. That's your low poly. That's your high poly. You just texture them if needed. But no, you don't usually retopo chains because, as you mentioned, they're very difficult to do. So you do a nice, clean, low poly version of a chain link, and then you create a full chain, and that's your chain. You deal with textures. Bibia Aurora Becker draw. I was waiting for yours, my friend. Love this. Becker has a very Renaissance style. Even on the last contest, Becker did an amazing one as well, like a mermaid or merfolk character, and I can see, I can tell your style like immediately, and that's something very interesting, Becker, because since you have such a unique style, that makes you very identifiable, and that's a plus for an artist. When people can see a work and be like, oh, that's Becker, that's a good like plus point right there. So amazing, this one. Even though it's relatively simple in terms of the props and the elements that you added, due to the way you constructed this character, it just looks very, very good. The anatomy is there. Love the folds. Again, very Renaissance-like. Awesome, man. Try to see if you can get this 3D printed as well, because this is so fun. So fun. And Becker Draw, for those of you that don't know him, because he's very active on our Discord, Becker draws a lot of stuff. He's very talented as a traditional artist as well. So he shows us a lot of his breakdowns and the things that he draws as practice, and you can tell how those skills translate into his 3D work. So any 2D skill that you can learn from can always be used in 3D as well, or any 2D skill can always be used in 3D as well. Calamancito says, it's my first time watching an event stream. Hopefully I will finish the anatomy so I could join next time. Anatomy is my weakness right now. Yeah, anatomy is tricky, Calamancito, but it's one of those things that any character artist needs to go through. So go for it, man. Serajef, the boist of Nasalia. Nice, Nasalia. It also looks very Renaissance-like. My only advice would be to, again, add a little bit more light so that we can appreciate that stuff. He reminds me a little bit of the characters from El Dorado. He's got that sort of like bravado like attitude to it. Aurong, the Sentinel of Kyra Aurelia by Vini Alex. Oh, Vini. Yeah, you were one of the early submitters, and I remember seeing this. Really cool, man. Really epic, really mythical character that we are seeing right here. Like, he definitely looks like an old guy that knows a lot of stuff about Kyra Aurelia. Really, really good stuff, man. Really good stuff. Love it. Oh, what were you using here? Keyshot? Did you use Keyshot? You believe me if I tell you that I don't know how to use Keyshot? But this is great, man. And I love the post-production. Like, really, really cool. Awesome still. Awesome stuff. Eldrick Dorn. Nice. He looks a little bit like Channing Tatum, I think. Did you use Channing Tatum as an inspiration for this character? He kind of looks like it. Yeah. Nice. Very classical character, right? But very nice. I love it. I don't think screwdrivers and these wrenches existed back then, but that's cool, man. This is by Ragent. Very nice. Very, very nice. How suggested are drawing companion tablets for doing modeling and detail work like this? I actually had a talk with Huion. They might send me the Huion drawing pad that they are promoting. It's an Android tablet. I mean, they're nice to have, but I don't think if you're gonna do it professionally, you're gonna be doing it on an actual tablet, right? Like, I have the Canvas 16 right now, and it's amazing. But I'm not sure. Like, if you like to draw a lot, like when you're out there with your friends and things like that, then it might be a good investment. But I haven't tried any, so I can't really give you an informed opinion, to be honest. Well, you mean like drawing tablets? No, right, drawing tablets are really, really important. This is the one that I have right now. This is the Huion Canvas 16 Gen 3. Amazing tablet. I actually feel a big difference between this one and my other Huion tablet that has the older Pentec, so Pentec 3. The difference is like quite a bit. So yeah, if you're gonna get a tablet, it really helps. And there is a big difference, I would say, from a normal tablet to a pen display. If you can afford the pen display, it's very nice to have. You feel very fancy and very professional, and it does help you a little bit more. It's not going to be a night changer in terms of the quality that you can deliver, but for how comfortable it is to work on a pen display compared to a normal pen that's like on the side, is definitely different. Okay, let's go to the next one. This is Aurum, the alchemical homunculus. Yeah, I remember this one as well. Nice. There we go. Yeah, this is another great example of how you can make a character that's not necessarily human or alive. Well, alive in the traditional sense, right? Like organic. So this one's really, really cool by Hank Liu. The homunculus made out of just like different types of materials. Kind of like Pinocchio, right? Yeah, exactly. Very indie game vibes. I agree. Very indie game vibes. Pirelia of the House Romuer. Nice. Reminds me a little bit of the Addams Family, Morticia, right? Got that sort of like gothic vibe to her. And we have Leia, the Wanderer. Nice. Good results here on the cloth, man. Cloth is tricky, and especially with a lot of assets, it can be quite interesting. Yeah, good stuff. This is by Alex. Nice. We go with Anna. Yeah, we got more female characters. This is by Art Angelus. Nice. Is this a halfling? She kind of looks like a halfling. I don't see if she's a halfling or not, but she kind of looks like it. Love the pose, man. Amazing pose. You have one of the best poses that we've seen so far. Very natural looking, right? Like the shoulders where they should be, the intensity of the arm, like looking like it's applying some pressure. Really good stuff, man. Really good stuff. Good one right there. Ellie, Little Boots. Oh, yeah, I remember this one. This is by Multipass. He was also sharing a lot of information. Love this shot, man. Great shot here. Very, very fun. Good stuff. Yeah, nice clay render. Good one, man. Yeah. Ellie, Little Boots. Yeah. Good one on this. I love, yeah, the gesture on the character on both of them. On this one right here and this one. Like just the pose. And you guys can see how much difference a nice pose can make on a character, right? Like even though this doesn't have any UVs or any traditional texturing work, it's just like the poly paint. Because of how it's like posed, it looks very alive, right? It looks very, very alive. So poses are very, very important. Madame Silka, the Weaver. Oh, nice. Another sort of like robot character. Nice. Careful again with these dark scenes, guys. We've mentioned this before. Dark scenes can be very difficult and it can be noisy to see what's going on. Interesting. Yeah, she kind of feels like Oriana, this automaton character. Nice. Barek, Iron Hand. This is by Solid Mango, another one of our friends here. Biggest fans here on the channel. Good stuff, man. We're getting better. Yeah, we need to add a little bit more detail on the cloth. A little bit more form. Make sure that the apron is really like fitting the form. And careful with the tiling on the textures. You can see here the gloves. You did add a leather texture, but you did not increase the tiling on that texture. So what happens is it ends up looking a little bit weird, okay? So let's increase that. But I like the forms that you did there with the character. The general proportions are there. You can see some marvelous designer there as well with the pants. Yeah, good stuff, man. There we go. Thanks for the sub, Marto Gem. Thank you. Oh, we got the giveaway. How long are we until we get the giveaway? 14 minutes, guys. We still have 14 minutes here on the giveaway. You got more chances. We only have 84 entries. So get in there. David just shared a link here on the chats, both on YouTube and on Twitch. And you can win one of our free courses to celebrate our second year here on the channel. Second year thanks to you guys. Wow, 2 years. Can you believe that? Okay, let's go. Where were we? Okay. Yeah, we're almost at the bottom here. Let's go. So now we go with Aeldrin Valorian. Nice. Dude, Ippo, you did a whole environment, man. You modeled the whole thing right around the character. Or did you kit bash that? You probably kit bash that, right? Yeah, that's impressive that you built the whole city just to showcase a character. That's cool, man. That's cool. Just a little bit of a better pose. I like the cloths. Cool character, cool style. The Morning Flame. Interesting. Oh, about to kill a poor dude right there. Nice. This is by Ray. Oh, she looks so different with the paint. Much more scarier right there. I invested more time in the environment. I forgot that there was a character contest. Yeah. Yeah, I can tell that, my friend, but it's a good one. Hey Abe, I'm trying to bake down my bevels, but the non-bevel version of the mesh isn't shading properly. I've tried things like the set to face tool, but I couldn't get it to work. Any tips? Baking bevels can be complicated. That's why even if you have a low poly, if you can add just one single bevel, that usually is more than enough. So here, let me show you. It's a little bit of a baking question, but if your low poly is like this and your high poly is very round, remember that bakes always work in the sort of like perpendicular shape of the face. So you're gonna have face going in this direction. In this area right here, this is gonna be a problematic area to bevel or to shade, and you're gonna have very dark corners. So ideally, if the poly budget allows for it, what you want to do is you want to at least add one bevel in this area right there. And by doing that, you're gonna have an extra element right here that's going to be able to bake that area. It's not going to look as bad. So this is the kind of stuff where I would rather have a little bit of a higher poly count just to have cleaner bakes than not, right? But if you can't, yeah, you can try doing some... There are some facing ratios that you can change right here, but it's always going to look a little bit weird, having like a 90-degree angle and then like a very soft corner. So it's part of the limitations of the baking process, I would say. Yeah, good stuff on that one, man. Oh, I really like... See, here, I think you could have gone for a different shot. Like, this shot looks even better. I'll probably place the camera right where this light is, looking towards up towards the character. I guess that could help a little bit more. Unknown, Forgotten Link. Hey, look at this. Another cel-shaded or sort of like cartoony character here. Hey, nice. Nice, nice. Yeah, this is very unique. By Mojo. Good stuff. Oh, yeah. Okay, so just a quick reminder, guys. Another celebration we're doing right now, or another promotion or little thing, is if you buy one course from the site today, you get another course for free of the same price or below. So for instance, if you buy, let's say, the anatomy course, you can get the substance course for free. Or if you buy, let's say, the marvelous course, you can get the complete guide to retopology for free. You just need to buy the course and then send me an email or a DM saying that you bought the course. It's only during the stream, so we only have like 1 more hour left for this promotion. And if you buy that one, just send me the invoice and tell me what other course you want to get, and I'll enroll you to that course, okay? So it's kind of like a buy one, get one for free promotion, only during the duration of the live stream, so we only have roughly like 1 more hour left, okay? Let's see, yeah, I'm already getting some messages here from people who are buying the courses. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the support, and I really hope that this helps you in your 3D journey as well. Let's see. But poly count will increase. That is the problem. Yes, it will increase. But again, in 3D, my friend, you always need to sort of like balance out how much you're willing to sacrifice in terms of performance in order to get quality, right? And that bevel example that I showed you is the place where I will be like, I would rather waste a little bit of poly count, because it's not that much poly count. Like an extra bevel is just gonna add like 2 more faces per edge, right? So it's like, hey, maybe this asset went from 60 faces to 100 faces when I added the bevels, but it gave me a cleaner bake. So I'll pick the cleaner bake any day, because I know at any point I can just go back and have a more optimized asset, even if the bake doesn't look good. But you need to learn what trade-off you want to have. Like, you can't have everything, right? You cannot have like a super low poly element with super clean bakes. It's just not possible. So it's a balance of finding out where you want to be. So yeah. But I'm at work right now. Oh, 3D artist, you cannot log in quickly. You might be able to get a... Not sure if we can do any sort of like extended time. I don't think so, because it's going to be very difficult to control. So yeah, exactly. As Becker Draw is saying, enough polygons for the best result. The Warden of Kaira Aurelia. Ah, this looks cool, man. It definitely looks a little bit too sci-fi-ish though, Subham. I think this one goes a little bit more into the sci-fi-ish realm because of the armor. I mean, it could be a plate armor. No, but it's cool, man. It's cool. Yeah, this could be one of the guardians there on the castle of Kaira Aurelia. Solopitil, Man Demon. Another very cool cartoonish character. Good anatomy on this one. Uchechuku. Good anatomy. I like it. Again, we can exaggerate the shoulders a little bit more just to give more silhouette. Kind of reminds me of like Studio Ghibli. You know, the Chihiro's Journey. or Spirited Away. In Spanish, it's called El Viaje de Chihiro. Spirited Away reminds me of those kind of like design characters, like One Piece also. I mean, a little bit like One Piece. Yeah, Spencer Lowe is saying, congratulations to everyone, guys. We have so many cool projects this time around. So many cool. I think the quality of projects definitely improved from last time. Like last time we had amazing projects as well, but there were more, I would say, beginner level sculpts for the creatures. This time we see more complete characters with a lot of like really nice techniques. Nice. Sensex. Cool. Yeah, good stuff on the hair, man. Yeah. Tricks, the gesture. Hey, another very cute one here. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. I like this one. Very colorful. Very, very colorful. Great. Clean. This is clean work by El Cactus. Good stuff, man. Yeah, lovely. I agree. That's lovely. Tails. What was it? The Hollow Archivist. I like the composition. Papers look nice. Yeah, really crazy composition there with the papers. Again, cloth can be improved a little. Cloth is a very big opportunity area, guys, for a lot of you. Cloth, if you want to do realistic, good-looking cloth, that's where Marvel's Designer comes into play. Elira Vencil, the jeweler. Let's take a look. Nice, nice. Nice. Yeah, good stuff. Oh, I remember this one. This is another of my favorite ones. This is by Roche. Valor, the Flame Bounce Maid. Look at the composition in this one right here. Look at this. This is very, very cool. Yeah, I agree. This is very cool. The arm right there, the hammer, the sword. Yeah, good stuff, man. Good stuff. Love the pose. This pose, Roche, another amazing, amazing pose right here. Amazing pose. And here's one thing that I can tell you guys. Some of the best like pieces that we've seen so far were pieces where people were sharing their stuff on the Works in Progress channel and asking for advice and feedback. Because when we're working in isolation, when we don't share our stuff or our process, it's very difficult to notice where our errors or our issues are. So I would encourage everyone, even if there's no contest, share your stuff, ask for advice. You might not get, like, not every single piece of advice or opinions you get is going to be useful, but there will be things that are like, oh yeah, that's right. I'm noticing this. And I can tell you, that's one of the things that I've been doing for some of the past courses. Asking David, asking some of my close friends to take a look at the stuff that I'm working on, and for them to pinpoint things like, hey, yeah, check this here, because once you start working on something for a long time, you get sort of like a tunnel vision, and you don't see a lot of opportunity areas. So it's very, very important that you ask for advice. Don't feel like you know everything. That's like the worst mistake any artist can make. Nice. This is Nimeri's Heart of Flame, a chef, a pastry chef. Nice. Cool stuff. Nice, nice. This is by Re Rodriguez. Now we got Samia, the ghost. Oh, I like her attitude. She's gonna do a job, and she's gonna do it right, and she's not gonna be bothered by anyone. This is by Tim. A lot of props as well. Proportions seem a little bit off. Again, the legs look a little bit too long, or maybe the chest looks a little bit too short. Might just be me. 30 more submissions. I'm pretty sure it's less than 30. Wasn't it today? Oh, they're 30. Yeah, about 30. Thank you, man. Thank you, Alan. Let's go now with the Master of the Order of the Dragon. Nice. Yeah, another guy you don't want to mess with, right? This is by Popa, another one of our Discord members here. When buying a course, do we get access to feedback on our progress? Yes, of course. That I always include that on the messages. You can, once you buy the course, you can send me a message on Discord or post your work on the Works in Progress channel and tag me, and I'll be sure to help you out if you need help with it. See, that's another thing, and I think you guys are gonna agree with this in terms of my courses. One of the things that I really try when I record a course is to make it feel like we're in a class together, right? I know we're not personally there. We're not there with our computers and everything, but hopefully you can see the difference between other courses that you might have taken somewhere else, where I try to make it very, approachable. Like, I'm there with you. I'm there in your journey. We're working together, or we're making something awesome together. So feel free to email me. Feel free to send me a message on Discord. Send me the pictures of the characters, and I'll be happy happy to help. Sometimes I take a little bit longer to answer because I get plenty of messages, but I make sure to answer. If you don't hear back from me, just ping me again, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. But one thing I'm gonna ask you: if you're gonna message me or ask me a question directly, please don't do the stupid thing of just saying, "Hello, hi teacher, are you there?" Those messages I just ignore. I don't answer because, of course, I'm here, or if I'm not there, I will be there eventually. So just send me a message being like, "Hey, Abe, I'm working on this part of the process. I'm having issues here. Here's a screenshot of where I'm having an issue. I already tried this solution and it's not working. What can I do?" And at that point, it's a lot easier for me to help you out, because if you are trying to just make small talk, it's very difficult to answer to those messages. Okay, so just ask me the question directly, please, if you need help along your artistic journey. Let's see. Yeah, this is the Master of the Order of the Dragon. Now we go with Iriel and Aela, and we are very close to the next prize, right, David? Very close. 3 minutes. Okay, so let's do this one. Hey, nice. Like a unicorn character by Dara. Oh, this is very interesting. I think you're the first one that has done this sort of like guardian angel or something. Oh, she's very damaged though. I like the idea behind this character. I really like the idea, Dara. That's a very interesting interface. I've never seen that before. I really like the idea behind this character, but I think we went a little bit too overboard with textures because it's difficult to see some of the information. There we go. Why can't I follow? What do you mean, Camp? Follow what? Follow the stream? We're here. Sirius Galdrion. Nice. This is a very common sort of like haircut for bad characters or evil characters, right? Nice. Sirius Galdrion. This is by Iskmaro. Again, I think the textures might be hurting us a little bit because your clay render looks very nice. I really like the clay render. And then we go with Unsho, the Banished Bounty Hunter. Nice. Definitely feels a little bit more Asian. I guess because of the shoes and the basket. This is by Susan Heng. And let's go to the winner. Are we close to the winner yet? We got 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the final winner for today, the final winner of our 2-year anniversary giveaway here on the channel is none other than... It only takes like 10 seconds. There we go. Future Club. Congratulations, my friend. I hope you are here on the Twitch stream or on the YouTube channel. And I hope you enjoy the course that you're going to be getting at the end. So congratulations, Future Club. There you go. And thank you everyone that participated in today's giveaways. We're still not done. We're still missing a couple of submissions here on the contest, but I want to thank you everyone for being part of this amazing community. Again, it's thanks to you that we can get to be where we are today. So thank you. How much time should we spend on reference collection? I would say a couple of hours is a good amount of time. Like 1-2 hours should be more than enough. Depends. Sometimes you're doing something very simple like anatomy and you can do that very quickly, but if you're doing something a little bit more specific, I do recommend spending 1 hour, 2 hours just gathering as much reference as you can. Reference is free, guys. I've had students where I tell them, hey, get me a reference board for the character that you're working on, and they bring me 5 images. It's like, dude, there should be 50, 100, 200 images. They're completely free. Like, no one's gonna be charging you for those images, and the more images you have, the better it is. Let's see. And 1+1 opportunity in life? What do you mean, Sarn? I don't understand that message. Or are you answering someone? Okay, let's go to the next one here. Where were we? Where were we? Right around here. Here, there we go. The 9th brother, Buyan the Silent. Hey, this is pretty cool, man. Nice, clean presentation. This is what I mean. You don't always need like a super fancy presentation. Sometimes something like this works fine. This is really, really good. So, congratulations on this one as well. Igor Sidin. Cool character here. Just whenever you're posing a character, it is very important that we always add a little bit of gesture to the hands. That's a very important point. Hands, when we are, let me do this full screen. When we're sculpting hands or when we're doing hands, it's very common that we want to do hands like completely straight, but like they look very unnatural. So it's important to always give them a little bit of gesture. Some riggers don't like that, so of course always ask your art lead or your art director how they're going to be working. But if you can sculpt the character with a little bit of a gesture on the hand, you know, just a little bit of movement, that always makes the character look more alive. Hey Abe, I just got your silver scores. What do I need to get the free one? Breno, send me a DM on Discord and just include the invoice. Say, hey, I'm Breno. This is the email I used to buy the course. And this is the course that I would like to be enrolled to as well, like the extra course, the free course. And I'll just go into our site and I'll enroll you automatically. You will receive an email once that happens. Just give me a little bit of time, guys, because I'm going to have to go through all of the different messages as soon as the stream ends. Will there be any environment challenges in the future? Yes, we want to do more stuff. We've already done a weapon one, which is like assets. We did a monster one, a creature challenge, and this is the character challenge. So we're going to do more and more stuff in the future, okay? Let's go to the next one. This is Titan, the Forgotten Prince of Cair Aurelia. A prince, nice. Good stuff here by Victor Pozzi. Proportions, a little bit too long on the legs, I would say, and there's some enemy stuff that we can fix, but good character. I love the Unreal Engine renders that you guys are doing. They look very nice. Oh, I remember seeing this one. This one's also a little bit of a stretch, Nene. The Ocean's Valerina, which is like, this feels a little bit more like a creature, to be honest, than a character. But if she's like a very famous siren or creature that lives in the bay of Cair Aurelia, we could fit her in. But just keep in mind that this definitely feels a little bit more like a creature. I love the composition that you did, though. This looks very nice. Thank you for the follow, Desvo. Thank you. Now let's go with Mur Arine. Hey, another goblin. Yeah, again, this is very common female goblin appearances that we've seen in the last couple of years. Okay, we just got the boss, but that's good, man. Murka. Good stuff, my friend. Pets of Cair Aurelia next. That'll be fun, right? I need to add you as a friend. I tried but got an error. No, you shouldn't need to. But here's what you can do instead. Go to the... Or rather, I'll... Here, give me 1 second. One second. Send me an email to the following... or actually in the site when you bought the anatomy course, you should have gotten an invoice, and there should be my email attached to that invoice. You can also send me an email there and say, hey, I am Breno, I bought this course, I would like to use the promotion and get this other course, and I'll get you. Okay, I'll get you there. That's probably gonna be the easiest one. If you for whatever reason you cannot message me, or you can tag me on the Whips channel or something, or on the main chat, just tag me so I can find your username and I'll send you a message. That's another option. Okay. Let's go here. There we go. Thank you for the follow, Assassin of Adarian. Welcome to the Leal 3D team over here. And we go with Derek, Just a Guardian. Oh, love this. This is a very cool armor, dude. Again, a little bit dark here, Lassa, but very cool armor. Look at that. Yeah, I could definitely see this in the game. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Tolan Vale, another. Is this like an Undertaker? The Gravedigger. Nice. Definitely looks very zombie-ish. By Tony Talas. Look at all of those props. Cool stuff, man. Anatomy. We need to improve a little bit of anatomy. Usually the obliques, they go out a little bit more. That guy looks way too thin on the waist. Amelie Spectatrice. Nice. Another hand-painted approach here with this character. I really like hand-painted stuff. It's very nice. This is by Meow. I like the contrast. It's a very intense contrast. White and black is like the highest contrast you can get. But good stuff there. Good stuff. Could you please tell me what can I improve with my textures? Become. Did I just see your stuff? You can ask the question on the Discord, man. But usually going again, like building textures in a layer fashion, going from the main shapes to the small details, like what we do in the Substance Painter course. That's like the best approach. Amelie is your... Oh, okay. So this is your character. So in terms of hand-painted stuff, You might want to add a little bit more glossiness to the elements. Remember that one of the ways to do good material descriptions, again, especially in hand-painted stuff, is with contrast. So if we want this to be like leather, right, like a leather dress or something, we can start adding a couple of like points right here to indicate that this is a shiny material. Okay? Reflections always come from the same sort of like position of a character, or the camera rather. So if we start adding a little bit of that, we're gonna be able to sort of like make this thing pop a little bit more, especially again on the darker colors. Just a little bit. You don't need too much. It's just a little bit of an extra detail on the shiny areas, and that's what's gonna give you the effect. Now, in this particular one, I might recommend also adding a little bit of rim light, so you don't want to have super dark darks, especially here on the back of the leg, because then we don't see what's going on. Again, I'm not sure if you were going for this like shiny effect, like shiny leather effect, or if it was more like a linen or like a dry cloth. But especially because they're so dark, we lose a lot of that information, and especially in hand-painted stuff, we need to describe a lot of the light on the character itself. Okay, so that could be a good contrast. As you can see, we have a good material definition or material differentiation in the elements, and they pop a little bit more. And that way we can have a soft fabric on the white areas, and then a shiny fabric on the dark areas, and that's gonna be a little bit more visible. Yeah. League of Legends have a lot of dark spots, but League of Legends also play with other types of contrast. And if you're gonna have very dark spots, then my other advice would be don't go for a dark background, right? Like this dark background and dark spots makes it impossible for us to see the silhouette. So I would go for a lighter background so that we can really see the contrast of the silhouette of the character. Okay? So it really depends on how you want to, again, describe some of those surfaces. That's pretty much it. Lord Tellum, thank you, my friend. Thank you for being here on the stream. I know this was a long stream. Thank you, everyone who's still hanging by, looking at all of the amazing submissions that we have for the contest. I'm going to explain how we're going to be doing the evaluation in a little bit, okay, guys? So if you want to know that sort of like process, because it's going to be a little bit different than the last one, please stay tuned. We're about to get to the end here. Princess Joanna here by Nerdinator. Okay, let's keep working, my friend. Let's keep working on our submissions, on our characters, on our anatomy, on forms. I like the idea. I really like the idea of the headdress, like the intense headdress that you went for. We just need to clean our forms, okay? The Guardian of the Five Stones by Tafrilet. Same advice for you, my friend. Let's clean our forms. Cleaner forms are usually the best advice I can give, especially to people who are in the beginner stages of their 3D journey. Nice. I like this idea. Dodolp. This is Actias Monoth, the wizard character. Lysara, the dragon whisperer. Nice. She looks like a wrestler, right? Like really strong woman. Nice. Let's go with Lysaria Virel, another whimsical character right here. Nice. Okay, let's be careful with instruments, guys. Instruments can be a little bit tricky to work with, okay? That one I like. The Return of the Iron King. Yeah, I remember this one. This is from The Pharaoh. He was trying to do an animated armor. Again, this is a little bit of a stretch. Kind of falls a little bit more into a creature or enemy than a character. But it could be like an enchanted armor that just like guards the palace. We got Filak. Oh, nice pose. This is anime-ish. Interesting. This is the first anime-ish character that we've been doing. Again, very natural pose. Definitely going into the sexy realm here, right, Paul? But it sells for a reason. So, yeah, this is good, man. I would probably, if you're going to be doing this kind of style, Paul, I would probably encourage you to look into, for instance, like Genshin Impact and see how they deal with the shaders. I can see that you're doing this inside of Blender, and I know that there's been people who show you how to do like a Genshin Impact shader for this kind of characters, because I feel like these characters benefit more from a more again, like cel shaded look rather than the realistic effect. But that one's cool. Another one is look at anime figures and look at how they're shaded. They're usually I think it's PVC plastic, and they have a little bit of subsurface scattering, and that can help as well to get a nicer result. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Yeah, this is by Saino. Saino did a lot of characters. There's the Oni right there, or like a variation of the Oni, and a couple of other ones. It's like the full party, and then we have the leader right here. Yeah. Again, I feel like a different type of material, especially for this very cool sculpt that you have right here, could help quite a bit. Okay, definitely could help. Seraphine Vein, another cool one right here. Nice. Yeah, again, look at how much work the textures and the materials can do with a piece, right? From something that looks relatively simple to something like looks way, way more advanced. Really nice. Mother Malignant, another creepy priest. Oh, I love the foreshadowing or the little thing right there. When are you gonna? Could you please mention how you will be reviewing our stories? Are we getting any commentary in any form? Yes, I will tell you how I will be doing that. Noctard. Another priest, hooded priest. Be careful with hooded figures, guys. Hooded figures can be quite interesting and mysterious, but you also hide a lot of information, so you need to add something else somewhere else to make sure that there's more stuff to take a look at. The mystical shark lancer. This is another very sort of like pre-Hispanic inspired character. This is by Putisan. Nice. Reminds me a little bit of oh, what were you doing here? What were you Did you do this in 3D code? Oh, that's very impressive. I don't use 3D code for sculpt. I use 3D code for a lot of hand painted stuff. That's cool, man. Cool stuff. Marnux, the fracture anti-match. Oh, that's cool. It reminds me a lot of like the Mistborns. Mistborns. We got Azareth the Redeemed as well. There we go. He's now a good guy. A demon becomes a priest. That's pretty funny. Oh, you did it on the iPad. That's great, man. Good stuff. Ashbean, Shadow Hunter. Looks like a halfling as well. The last three. Last but not least, Kira the Mage. By Romain. Lawrence, the street magician. Another furry character here. Is he a cat? Kind of looks like a cat, right? Or is he a dog? More like a dog, right? I think it's like a dog. There we go. And finally, last but not least, by Gotham, Baelgor's Reckoning. Nice. See another Undertaker? He kind of looks like another Undertaker, like a slave or something. Cool stuff, man. Cool stuff. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Awesome, guys. Look at this. We went through 100 and I don't know how many. Okay, so now, before I explain the evaluation process and we clarify any questions that you might have, we're about to finish the stream, so these are the last couple of minutes where you guys can buy the course and get another course for free of the similar value or less value. Remember, you just buy the course, send me a message here on Discord or send me an email and say, hey, Ave, I bought this during the live stream using the promotion. I would like to get this other one, and I will enroll you directly in the site. You don't need to do anything else. You don't need to use any code. I will directly go to your user and enroll you in the course so you have access to the other free course that you are getting, okay? So just keep that in mind because we're at the last stage. I'm going to now talk about the evaluation process. And then we're going to go into, well, we're going to be finishing the stream, okay? So here's how it's going to work, guys. We are going to be dividing all of the categories into 4 categories, okay? This is also to help us with the other judges that are going to be helping for the judges pick. We're going to be dividing every single entry into 4 categories. The top category, it's going to be the top 30 works. We're going to be grabbing the top 30 works of that we believe. And this is going to be internally by David and me. So we're going to be deciding which ones are like the top 30 that we consider to be the highest, the graded ones. And those top 30 are the ones that we're going to be doing the full process, like the full evaluation process. You're going to see the evaluation on all 5 categories, and we're going to give you the full score, okay? The next category are going to be the runner-ups. So these are ones that are really, really good, but they are not in the top 30 of the elements, okay? After those ones, we're going to have the ones that are not runner-ups, but are a good submission. They have some good information. I'm not going to specify any specific one right here, but they're good entries, either by their story, by their originality, but didn't made it all the way to the runner-ups. And then the fourth category are what we're going to be calling the beginners or the squire category, right? So those are entries that we can immediately tell, and you guys probably saw them as we were going through all of the submissions, that it's someone that's starting their 3D journey. They wanted to be part of the contest. We of course welcome all of them, but of course they're not going to be getting all the way to the top because there's executional things or specific things that need to be worked on. Okay, so we will be giving a general score to all of the categories, so I'm going to go through every single one of them, but only on the top 30 will we break down all of the different like 5 levels that we talked about. Remember that we had 5 different evaluation points. On all of the other ones, we're just going to be giving a general score to them. I don't know, for instance, if you're in the runner-up category, you might see a score on the table that says, hey, I don't know, Abe, with his Oni character, he got 85 points out of 100, okay? Or it's actually out of 20, so 17 points out of 20, or 16 points out of 20. The top 30 we will be deciding during the weekend, and those top 30s are the ones that we're going to be sending to the judges, okay? So the judges, which we have a good friend of mine that I'm going to be announcing next week. It's not one of the previous judges. You're actually going to really like his work. The Marmoset team, the Toboggan team, and the 3DSK team. So we're going to have 5 judges. It's me, the 3 teams that I just mentioned, Marmoset, Toboggan, and 3DSK, and my friend who's also going to be helping us with the evaluation process. Those 5 judges will be judging every single one of those top 30 entries with the full element. So they need to read the story, they need to check the pictures, they need to check all of the information, and they will be deciding what to do on those ones. Okay? Do we have any questions? Because from those top 30, we are going to be selecting the final ones. Now, other than that, we do have the community pick, and David is going to help me with this in the next coming days. There will be a new category over here, similar to what we had on the Creatures Unleashed, which is this one, community pick, and it's going to be like this. It's going to be all of the different elements. It's going to have the name of the user that posted the element, as well as the post itself. I'm not sure why we have all of this unknown ones. I'm not sure if those are users that are no longer in the Discord, which would be a little bit weird because that's all of them. Maybe, oh no, you know what? Maybe it was the original post on the event submissions. Yeah, it's the original post. So we're going to have the name of the submitter right there and the image of the element. And you just are going to enter there and start voting. And at the end of Thursday, so actually no, let's not make, yeah, let's make Thursday. So Thursday at 11:59 p.m. Mexico time. We are actually not. It's going to be difficult because then we're not going to have time to edit. So let's do Thursday at 12 a.m. So roughly at this time. Okay, so roughly at this time of 12 p.m. on Thursday next week. That's when we're going to close the community pick voting. And we're going to pick the top 3. The grand prize winner, which has the most likes. And the 2 runner-ups that are going to be in 2nd and 3rd place. Okay. Let's see. Alex Alminion. Abe, does buying more than one course count as in getting 1 + 1? Yeah. You can do that, Alex. You can get 1 + 1 and then another 1 + 1. So if you want to buy 4 courses and get 4 courses for free, you can do that. We're going to have, no, it's going to be like 3 days for voting. Well, it depends on when we upload this, David. When do you think we can do this? We need to decide that. But as soon as we can get this up, we're going to have at least 3 days of voting. I was thinking about doing it by Monday. But if we can do it earlier, we can open the... the voting stage a little bit earlier. But you just need to go here to community pick and start picking the ones that are your favorite. Last time, for instance, I think this was the winner from community pick, which was Aranea, the Mother of Fingers by Badim, if I'm not mistaken. There we go. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Do we have any question about the grading process? Hey, Abe, can you extend the time of the offer because I'm getting issues in signing in PayPal? What do you think, David? Should we extend the time of the offer a little bit? Maybe a couple of hours? We have a little bit of an extension there for some people who might be working. Giri Samip says, was my first full character. It was a lot of fun and learned a lot. Yeah, I'm glad you... I'm not sure, man. I don't want people to burn, but... I don't want to extend it too much. It's supposed to be a special occasion. How much time do you think you might need, because I might be able to stream for 20 more minutes. Do you think you can solve it with that? 20 more minutes? Who's not looking? Alex Arminian is looking. I don't see the community pick thread. No, it's not there yet, Pencil Loath. It's gonna be available later in the next couple of days, okay? It's gonna be available in the next couple of days. Okay. Any more questions, guys? Any more questions? I want to make sure that we are completely clear on the evaluation process. So every single entry will have a score. I will be scoring every single entry, but only the top 30 scores will have or top 30 entries will have scores from all of the judges. So the other judges, we don't want to overwhelm them with all of the information. So all of the other judges will only be looking at the top 30 entries. Full screen here for just a second. Second. We're discussing some judges stuff here. Give me 1 second, guys. One second. It's out of the way. Back to the chat. Davey also applied to the competition. No, I don't think David applied this time around. I was expecting of one day, but you're right that this special, so don't extend the time. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Yeah, I thank you for your understanding. Yeah, we're probably going to do this. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do then. We do want to have 1 week to allow everyone to vote for the submission. So we're gonna try to move as fast as we can to get the community pick available for you guys, so that you can vote as soon as possible. Okay. I'll talk to David and to the rest of the team in the next couple of hours, and we'll make an announcement on the Discord as soon as we can. Okay. Am I launching the merch as well with the course? We have an issue with the merch, guys. Right now, since all of the geopolitical things are going on and tariffs and things like that, I haven't been able to find a store that allows me to sell the merch in an affordable price, and some of them are inflating prices like really heavily. So I am definitely working on that, but I'm gonna have to wait a little bit more for that. Okay. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you. It's 2 years. It's been 2 years. Thanks to you. Thanks to your amazing support. Thanks to the amazing community. All of the things that we've been able to achieve have been freaking amazing. And I'm extremely grateful, guys. It was one of my dreams to be able to build something like what we've done so far. And it's just, again, it's amazing and unbelievable. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, from everyone in the team, David, my family, all of the sponsors, everyone. Thank you for making this an amazing experience and an amazing 2 years. We still have a bunch of surprises left for the next couple of weeks. We have, of course, the winners that we're going to be announcing. They're going to be winning Hoyon tablets, Topogun licenses, 3D Skate credits, Marmoset licenses. It's the biggest contest we've had so far. The new course is going to be releasing soon. I'm already thinking about what next course to record after that one. So I'm really pumped. I'm really pumped for all of the things that we're doing. Thank you, everyone, for the amazing opportunity that you are giving me to be able to share my love for 3D with all of you, help you in your journey, even if it's just a little bit. And yeah, thank you very much. I hope you have an amazing weekend. Thank you to all of the participants, both beginner and more experienced ones. Thank you for the amazing things that you created for this contest. We're still not done. We still have to announce the winners next week. But other than that, thank you very much. So that's it for now, my friend. I will be contacting all the giveaways winners in the next couple of hours, as well as anyone who used the promotion. Thank you very much, and I'll see you back on the next one. Don't forget, always learning, always improving. Have a great one, my friends. Thank you very much.